Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Monday Sound Stream for August 19th, 2024. We have such a packed show. There's 30 pages of notes. There's so much news to cover. Just kidding. There's barely anything. But
This is what happened. This is what happened. We did a 3-hour stream last week.
exactly. There's basically this is it, guys. This is today's outline for our show for the day. It's not much. That's why we're gonna do some tier list stuff at the end. I'm like, let's just update some tier lists while we're here. We are still gonna go at least our normal 2-hour. Or I say is the normal 2-hour. We haven't done a normal 2-hour in like months. But
You do have a member stream after this.
yes, if you are a channel member at any level, you can come join our after show today, which will be after the stream. So whenever this ends, usually about a 15-minute break. We start up the after show with the members, and you can join right now or anytime in the next 2 hours before that happens. And you can join any channel member level. So you can check the join button for details. And yeah, that'll be fun. So if you're a member, stick around, and there will be a cool AMA. Those are usually fun. So it's just members. We just kind of hang out, we chat, we talk, that kind of cool thing. So that will be fun times. Let me introduce my co-host here. We, of course, have Ryan, DarkClaw643.
Hello.
And then we have Fighter Kaus, also known as Jerry.
Yep.
Cool. So it's going to be fun times. Hope everyone's had a good week. My weekend was nice. I chilled out. I played too much Fortnite this weekend. I got a
Do you like?
problem.
Did you like all the Doom? Do you like all the Doom propaganda?
Yeah. So basically, I started playing Fortnite again because of the Doctor Doom event or whatever.
Absolute Doom.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm just gonna go explore Doom's castle, and then people kept sniping me, and I was like, guys, I'm trying to just look. I don't want to play. And then I got Captain America's shield and found out you can hit people twice and it kills them. So I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, do you know what's the coolest thing about Cap Shield in the game?
Yes.
Because there's boss fights in the map. There's Mysterio, Doom, which is a Doom bot, and Emma Frost. If you hit Emma with Cap Shield, because Emma can go to her diamond armor form, if you hit her with the Cap Shield, it actually turns it off because it's made out of vibranium.
Yeah.
I love that detail. That is such a cool detail.
They put so much love into it, and I was like, I'm gonna start playing it again.
Doom even does foot dives if you fight him.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool.
Yes, it's great.
So cool. It's so cool. And so I was like, let me get back into playing it. So the thing was, I found out like I'm actually not bad at Fortnite once I get like rolling on it, which was really fun. And I got up to level 10, and I was like, well, damn, I should just buy the battle pass if I'm playing it this much.
That's my favorite thing about the current Fortnite season. It lets people rediscover the original unbelievable Gwenpool run.
Yes.
I've
been playing as Gwenpool a lot now because I was like, I'm gonna buy the battle pass because I'm a
that original run. And Gwenpool herself is like one of my favorite Marvel characters of all time because that original run is some of my favorite comics of all time from Marvel. And I'm so happy that people are rediscovering it.
Yeah, and it's so much fun having her in the game and everything. And so I will say too, the battle, I bought the battle pass, and now I'm like, okay, I gotta at least get up to Emma Frost level, if not beyond that, before it ends. And like, I think it ends in November. I got time.
Yeah, you need to get to Doom.
I don't, because Doom's like a separate challenge set.
Yeah, he's not unlocked yet. So you gotta wait for him to come unlock. How do you feel about all the unfortunate fate of the Fantastic Four in Doom's castle?
The fact that Reed is still alive but just shoved into a basketball shape and put in a glass case is really funny to me.
My favorite thing is like that scene in The Incredibles where Mr. Incredible's looking at all the dead heroes.
Yeah.
Like got killed with Omni
There's a
Droid.
broken Silver Surfer board in there.
A Magneto helmet.
Yeah.
Magneto helmet, Moon Knight's boomerangs.
Yep. But yeah, no, I'm playing Fortnite again. I don't know if I will after the season's over because it's the last.
Oh, we got a super chat from Toma.
So
you don't want to stow away in my suit. So you don't want to stow away in my suitcase for PFC, right, Santa? I have a feeling I'm gonna be outside seeing the Japanese actors.
Yeah, I'd like to, but I got other things to do here.
That sounds like a cartoon plot. Santa secretly sneaks into PMC. It's like this. It's like the Toy Story 2.
That'd be the
like
funniest
scene
thing. I did joke with Wheels like a couple months ago. I was like, what if I just go to a completely unrelated event in California and then just meet you outside the convention hall?
Yeah, you're just going to Disney World, right?
Yeah, just go to Disney and then be like, oh, let me just pop over to Pasadena. Anyways, good times. But yeah, so I've been playing Fortnite again. I think because I've had an itch to play Marvel games and nothing came out this year. So.
I mean, I love all the Doom propaganda. I love like the Doom Doom scoops and stuff like that.
I always go by Doom scoops.
Or Doom wants you to pick up trash and stuff like that.
By the way, the most broken combo you can have in Fortnite right now is Captain America's shield and War Machine's auto turret. Because you can
auto
just be
turret plus the
blocking.
jetpack.
You can be blocking with the shield, and the auto turret will doing a ton of work for you. And then
if you had the jetpack,
and the jetpack on top of it.
Yep.
Yeah. I've been playing on. I was trying to play Fortnite on Switch to save room on my PS5, but it ran so poorly I just went and played it on PS5 instead.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Right there. By the way, in Fortnite, did you see Trunks?
I have. I hit Trunks. I hit Trunks in the head with a Captain America shield.
The reason why I'm asked is because why does Trunks look so much better than Goku and Vegeta?
I think because it's one of the things where Goku and Vegeta were like the first skins, and then over time they got better making the anime skins. That's why Goku and Vegeta look so bad, because they were the first.
Because Trunks actually looks good.
I mean, because even then, you compare Goku Black to Goku, he just looks so much better.
Yeah, it's kind of like they have the Guardians of the Galaxy skins in the shop right now, and I'm like, why do they not look as good as the X-Men?
Well, because I know Star-Lord is original, and I think Draction Mantis are MCU. It's like a weird mix of the two.
SSJ4 Jason and somebody else mentioned One Piece in Fortnite. That's probably happening, guys.
It's been rumored for a while now. I think that's
might as well happen at this point.
That's definitely going to be the next big anime collab.
I will spend money for the Nico Robin skin, even though it's a poor investment of my funds. But yeah.
You need to have Doom and Nico Robin team up to snipe Omni-Man and Goku.
Master Ben says Marvel need to release every year, monthly. I mean, the thing is just like, I think with Marvel, it would be nice if we had like one ongoing game and then like a bunch of really cool like single player games. Because that's what I liked about Avengers was it was like I could just play it.
Well, that's what they're gonna do with Rivals, but Rivals is in the Rivals got the old closed beta and is now gone now and such. So that's gonna be.
I'm hoping Gamescom will announce an open beta for Rivals because that'd be nice.
Yeah, because my friend got into the closed beta and he said it was a really great time. Plus, I Hasbro, can you revive the Gamerverse tag so I get like those designs in figure form, please?
The art style in Rivals is so good.
Mm-hmm.
Because the thing is, like, even though I'm mostly a single player game guy, sometimes I do like just jumping online and playing a game in multiplayer, and not necessarily just fighting games because that's like a whole like skill level, and my brain processes it really heavily. But something like Fortnite or Marvel Rivals or like even Avengers, it was just like I would just jump in and have fun for a couple hours, and I kind of want that back. And that's,
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, Fortnite's gonna hold me over till Marvel Rivals comes out.
Because with fighting games, you need to have that kind of. You can't just like casually go on and play unless you want to get your ass kicked.
at my age as well, for how long I've been playing fighting games, I can't play casual anymore. You know? Like, I can't just pick up a fighting game and play it casual. Within an hour, I'm already thinking about how I can maximize combos and the input lag and how much damage and what are my iframes. And, like, I'm already just like, it's...
All right.
Yeah.
Do you remember the Shaheen combo I taught you still? Or no?
I do. Every time I play Tekken, I try to do it, even though it causes me to sometimes miss other combos.
And then all you get is just cream backdashes everywhere.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I could never do those consistently.
Thankfully,
thankfully, Tekken 8, they're actually not worth doing.
Yeah.
All right. Last thing about Marvel. Shout out to the stunt actor for King Logan, because I love people going like, I love people going like, can we have him play Logan in the MCU?
I know. I don't know
so
I don't know how his prosthetic arm hair worked and if it was gonna like hold up for an entire day's worth of filming or just a short scene. But it was definitely a prosthetic because his like sleeve slightly pulled up on his arm and it was just a clear cut line. And I was like, okay, so he's not there. They did a lot of makeup work to get him there. But, should we run down who is in our text chat?
Yes. Welcome, Jamie Israel, Ken Nishimura, Logic Blast, LPH, Master Radiant, Master Bent, MJ Klein, Misaki T, Palchix, Sente Regionali, Swift to Crow, SC4 Jason.
Yeah. So welcome everybody. Logic Blaster says, do I have an opinion on crowdfunded projects like Hasbro and Meltel Creations? I just did a video about this last week. In fact, if we switch screens, you can see that last week I talked about how much longer can this go in relation to the collector toy crowdfunding, where most of the comments had very interesting stories and opinions, and a couple of them were incredibly hostile, and I felt attacked for some reason. I was like, geez, I don't own the companies. But anyways, and then we also had the oops, I forgot to do this a week ago, Ninja Turtles watch guide.
Where was the concert tour? Or We Wish You a Turtle Christmas?
Those don't exist.
Or Operation Blue. Hey, if NECA's doing figures of them.
NECA can make figures off of things that they think happen. That's allowed. They can make exclusive designs. I just was like, I don't want to talk about the concert tour stuff. Oh, Kate Nishimura said, I'm up for crowdfunded Blu-ray. There's a story today that maybe might change your mind.
What about the four kids fight for the four kids or wherever that was crossover of Tenchi Turtles, Kirby Right Back at You, and Sonic X?
I also left that out. I was like, there's some things that just should be forgotten. Like, say with the Ninja Turtles OVA, I'm just like, maybe we should just leave some of these behind.
But that was canon. But Turtles Forever made that canon.
Yeah.
Sorry, you didn't mention any tie-in comics to the individual shows.
I thought about that, but then I was reading up on some of the tie-in comics, and it's like, okay, the TMNT Adventures is based on the animated series, but is completely separate continuity. The 2003 comic lasted 6 issues.
Because Dreamway died.
Yeah. What was it?
2012.
2012 comic. The first one was incredibly creatively stunted because it was trying to fit in the continuity. And the second one was much better, but did not fit the continuity at all. And then the Rise comic was kind of short, but like sort of doesn't fit continuity either. So I was
how about Saturday Morning Adventures?
Saturday Morning Adventures, I don't know because I've only read 4 issues of it.
That, if I remember right, that takes me in between season 7 and 8. From
yeah,
what I remember you said about.
It's definitely before Red Sky. But then again, that also is debated on whether or not the problem is it's not like the X-Men tie-in comics that actually slot in nicely, like the Turtles. They just end up becoming their own beast at some point.
Yeah.
So, also I kept this thing in a nice 32 minutes as opposed to going for 45.
Have you seen Tales of the TV? Because I know last week
I've seen the first 4. I've seen the first.
What do you think of it?
It's pretty good. I like it.
Mm.
So, I'll have more thoughts when I finish the rest of it, but I like it so far. But yeah, last week's shorts we had. Here we go. We had a review of Cal 1964 issue 1, sent to me by the awesome people at Black Market Narrative, and the Astonishing Wolverine and Superior Spider-Man short, beginning the road to the 85th anniversary shorts.
Yeah, because you have a lot of them to catch up on.
I broke it down, and if you stick around for the members AMA, we might talk about what order they come out in. But I broke it down, so like for example, I put the 2 retail figures together. Don't expect to see Carol for a bit because I'm waiting for Venom to come out.
Venom.
So Carol and Venom will be together.
Would Odin and Hulkbuster be together, or would they be their own separate video?
Odin and Hulkbuster will be together.
Yeah, because they're the 2 deluxe figures of the line.
Yeah, I put Odin and Hulkbuster together, Scar and Ghost Rider together, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, of course, Cabal 3-pack, and then Carol and Venom. So that'll be how we do that. But tomorrow's short won't be any of that. It'll be a completely different Marvel Legend figure. Tomorrow's short will be Death's Head. which will be fun. And then on top of that, Wednesday's video, I'm going to complain about a toy line. So that'll be
Which
fun.
one? There's many.
I know, you get to find out. Friday's video, I did get my Digivice Color in the mail. Friday's video won't be the Digivice Color. It's taking a while to get through this.
It's a full video game. I saw a video on it. I am impressed how much they put into that thing.
They packed a lot into this, and the nice part is you can view the Digivolution animations without doing battles.
Yeah, which is nice.
Which is going to be great for me filming. But I need to unlock all the Digivolutions first. So I'm going to play through the whole game and then...
There's some secret stuff I heard in that game.
There is some secret stuff. The art book, because I got the fancy deluxe one that came with the art book. The art book actually shows everything.
Didn't it come with the crest?
Oh yeah, it came with the tag and crest. They're honestly not that great.
Are they the same as the previous Bandai one? Oh, they're different. Okay.
They're different. It's flatter. There's no light in it.
So it's here's a budget, cheaper version, pretty much. So because you got the Yamato blue one, did you have? Because I know you had the original CSA device. Do you have an orange? I
don't have an orange yet, but I feel like I'll get the thing is I don't have an orange, but with this, because it's the same programming between all the colors, I was like, I'm just buying one, and I was like, I'll just get the blue one.
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably because I have a feeling they're gonna do like some version 2, and it'll be like an orange one, or I'll get the one that I never picked up or something.
There'll probably be like a normal CSS Digivice, like one without the game, and just be specifically just for evolutions.
Yeah, I think there's because this does not work the same as an SCSA.
It reminds me a lot of the crossloader.
Yeah, it plays very similar to the original Digivice toy in a lot of ways, the original Japanese one. But it is different, and it is more advanced, but it's not an SCSA. The animations are not nearly as accurate because they need to be shorter because they play before your battles. So I still see them doing an SCSA Digivice. It's just
they use the sprites for the evolution instead of like the actual images of the Digimon.
I think my only complaint is all the sprites are just reused from the Vital Bracelet, but
yeah, gotta save some production costs.
Exactly. Muteki says, "How's battery life?" Pretty dang good. I've only had to. I don't think I've even charged it. I turn it off when I'm not using it. You can let it go into sleep mode, but I don't have to charge it that often because like the battery holds pretty good. Like I played with it for like an hour yesterday and it didn't even go. The battery gauge didn't even change.
One of my favorite things I saw about Digimon Talk on Twitter is people were discussing the scene of the Globemon debut episode.
Yes.
Where he just global search. I love people joking like you can't like Pokemon. You can Kai's power scale. I don't think you can power scale Digimon at all. They're too like Omega level.
Especially when like Appmon have forms called God Appmon. Like they're literally gods. How do you power scale gods? Anyways. Katie Shimara asked, what is my opinion on the concept of HD on 4K disc rather than SD on BD? I think, because HD on 4K, I could see the benefit, but with the cost of 4K discs, like the cost to produce them, it's not going to be super beneficial to just doing Blu-ray until like 4K discs get cheaper to produce.
Yeah, I think with the price of 4K, I think that's kind of too much.
SD on Blu-ray works because you can print one disc instead of like 10.
Yeah.
And that's, because DVD and Blu-ray almost cost the same on the manufacturing side.
I look at my shelf of like long shows with thick cases. I go like, I wonder how much this would be for if there were SD Blu-rays.
My mom bought a show recently, and it's a massive brick, and I'm just like, this could have been like 5 Blu-ray discs.
I know.
Yeah. Speaking of other PSAs, the McFarlane Collectors Club Drawing Board Superpowers Sea Saucer and Bat Multigraph is still at 24%. Supposedly 2 days to go. It ain't making it. Which is also probably why that number hasn't changed much in the last week. And the classified Rattler has now passed 14,000 backers, so it has unlocked its second tier finally. 21 days to go. It'll probably make its third, but
I think at this point it's gonna get
especially like the 48-hour FOMO push.
I mean, hey, look, if we got tier 2, I think the other tiers are coming.
Yeah, I think Hasbro
well,
knew
the
that
last
as well
series,
when they structured this. They're like, it's gonna make it. It was slow going for a bit. I'm still not. I don't think I'm backing it. I don't think.
unless you want to break a wall down in your house.
I just don't have the room, and I don't want to spend $325 right now on it.
There's manga to get. There's manga and comics to get.
There's epic collections and manga and other things and stuff. SSJ4 Jason says, "What if Bandai continues to do the RG 2.0 line? What kit do you think is the upgrade?" Oh, that's the easy answer, the Sinanju, because oh my god, the original one.
I never got that Sinanju, but I heard about it.
God, the original RG Sinanju was a disaster, complete disaster.
A couple of kits that I
can I get a Galgagar with better hands?
I just want a handset that comes with like the
cause I hate those hands so much.
Oh yeah.
All right, guys, ready to go to the news? Let's get to the news.
By the way, I'm gonna assume some people might want to ask, so I'm gonna put this out. I don't think we're gonna talk about the X-Men '97 stuff. What happened?
Oh
with the
yeah. The in relation to so there wasn't much news last week in the entertainment world, and so a lot of things got kind of tabloidy, which means that like Hollywood Reporter and Variety and Deadline had time to go digging. The reason why X-Men '97 showrunner Bo DeMeo was fired was for a very good reason. And if you want to know more, go Google like X-Men '97 or Bo DeMeo. You'll find out. The official statement from Disney was that they did an investigation and found reason to fire him. And Hollywood Reporter and a few others have said the reasons why, and it rhymes with sexual misconduct. It was sexual misconduct.
If I have a nickel for a X-Men producer or director being a creep on set, I'll have 3 nickels. It's strange to happen 3 times, but it's weird.
It's just a lot. It's still weird to happen 3 times.
Yeah, exactly. The thing is, and this is my opinion on it as well, is this is why when someone gets fired in Hollywood, there's a reason. The reason may be stupid, okay? Maybe it's just like when Ray Fisher got fired because he spoke out against the racism within Warner Brothers. But the people that were like... Or a James Gunn scenario where, it was... like, the James Gunn scenario was, like, not nearly as bad. But the thing is, when someone is fired in Hollywood, there is a reason. There is always a reason. And the people going, oh, there must have been no reason because they didn't state a reason. There is always a reason. And if you're someone that gets fired in Hollywood and you get a wonderful gift from the company saying, we're not going to tell everybody the reason you got fired. And instead of taking that to go get yourself hired somewhere else, and you spend all your time on social media playing victim to the point where you push the company into making a statement, which then leads to news organizations picking up and trying to find out why you were fired.
Or whining why you're not getting the reward even though multiple people work with you on the show.
Exactly. So the thing is that, of course, it's sources from trusted news organizations and not official statements from Disney themselves. But like Falcon said in the chat here, this is a track record with this guy. He was fired off The Witcher. He was fired off X-Men. Apparently, he was told he was not supposed to talk about the show anymore as part of his firing, and he did so anyways.
Oops.
And then he tried to claim that the reason why Disney fired him was because of fan art he posted or because of his OnlyFans account or whatever, which wasn't the case at all. But he kept pushing it to the point where now all this stuff is coming out about him. It turns out he's a massive creep and made the workplace not just toxic, but incredibly unsafe. So he's never going to work in Hollywood again now. And
it really reminds me a lot of the John Lasseter scenario back when he was head of Disney.
And even Lasseter got to pivot and do all his work at Skydance now.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, Bo DeMeo pushed it hard enough, and now we know details, as opposed to them leaving it vague and giving him a chance to move on. And so that's the thing is, like, when they announced that there was a new showrunner for X-Men '97 Season 3, I was like, that's fine, because, like we've talked about, Bo DeMeo was not the reason that show worked. He was the head of a team that made that series great. And in fact, I will say this. I do not like his opinions on Storm. I do not like his opinions on Emma Frost. And I think that overall we might be better off not having him around.
Mm-hmm.
And like people said, I saw this great Savage tweet where they're like, oh no, how are they going to be able to replace somebody that takes a comic book and adapts it pretty close for a TV show that already existed? It's not like he's a replaceable. Like he's a replaceable person. He had great ideas, but it's not worth it for what he was doing in the workplace.
Honestly, he's kind of grateful that they managed to make Storm and Emma good in '97 with those opinions he had.
And I will say that the episodes where Storm is best are the episodes he did not write.
Yep.
And as part of his whole like victim pity party thing, he put out his original like X-Men show Bible he made years ago. It's not the one for X-Men '97, one made years ago. And his Storm page just makes me irritated. And I'm just like, I'm glad this guy's not working on the show anymore.
I'll take all the writers of Door, Love, and Thunder. It means a safe work environment.
Exactly, yeah. Like, you know, and that was the same thing with Bryan Singer and the same thing with Brett Ratner. Brett Ratner never made anything good, but Bryan Singer could make some good movies, but it wasn't worth it for his
how awful he is.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that the show can rally without him. I think it's totally doable. He's not the only person that made that show good. There's been plenty of other people on the team, and I think everything's going to be fine.
Remember, people, a piece of media is not just one man's work. It's a multi workforce working on it.
Unless you're like Joaquin Phoenix walking away from a movie that he funded, wrote, was going to produce, and had everybody set up, and then 5 days before the thing saying, I can't do this, and then walked out of the project leaving a bunch of people unemployed and unpaid.
Did he wear the clown makeup while doing that?
I mean, he might as well have, because I don't ever want him hired for anything ever again.
Another reason why I don't watch Yoku too.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, so like, I said there was no news last week. The news was limited to a lot of this stuff from inside Hollywood of people sucking and being terrible, and anybody that, like, the thing is, it is hard enough making good movies and TV shows, but when you have people that do stuff like this to like really make it a horrible environment to be in, it makes me mad, because it's the reason because people like that are the reasons I don't work in that industry. And it's because I encountered people like that while I was working in the industry, and I don't want to go back to it because of
the industry, the entertainment industry, and that's not just like movies and TV show games. It's just kind of a bad state right now.
It is.
Have you heard of SAG-AFTRA people talking about like they did a post with all the voice actors like rightfully clowning on them?
Yeah, what's his name? Duncan Crabtree Ireland is like the dumbest, stupidest person that is in charge of people at SAG, and needs to get voted out of that union, because he made this like AI deal that's basically he made a deal with a company that's trying to replace voice actors with AI, and every voice actor in SAG is like, "What are you doing?" And
no, I think the most insulting one thing he said is the fact.
Oh, he said that like non-union voice actors are not good quality actors.
We're just like bullshit.
He's like, "Oh, you're not giving us thousands of dollars every quarter, so you're not worthwhile." And it's like, please, I didn't like that guy during the strikes, because he always just seemed like the I know everything and I'm better than everyone attitude when he's like supposed to be fighting for workers' rights, and he's just continuing to prove to be a complete ass the entire time. I did not mean for us to get on the soapbox, but I'm kind of glad we did. I just wanted to...
Hey, look, this week is very light on news.
It is. The news has just been like, here's crappy people in the entertainment industry. And so, yeah, it sucks. And, yeah. Also, did anybody see how poorly Borderlands is doing as a movie?
I mean, that movie's not good here.
18.5 million global.
I mean, when you have Avi Arad producing it, and Eli Roth of all people directing it, with, I mean, good actors, but as one of my friends who's a big Borderlands fan said, they're poorly cast because
aren't they all the wrong ages?
Yes, because they got like yeah, because I mean, like actors like Jamie Lee Curtis, love Jamie Lee Curtis, but she's way too old for the character she's playing.
Yeah,
yeah, stuff like that. Not surprised. I'm not surprised at all how bad that movie is.
Yeah, It's funny because I think Coraline made more money than it this week.
Yep.
And Coraline was a
that
re-release.
that and Harold the Purple Crayon.
God, that freaking lost 2000s 20th Century Fox movie.
Yeah.
The thing I think was interesting with Coraline releasing in theaters and being the 5th highest movie at the box office just goes for my thing of like, Disney should just re-release an animated movie and see how it does, instead of wasting money and everybody's time making live-action remakes.
I know. It's so funny, 'cause I think some of the biggest like successes this year are like, besides Deadpool, Wolverine, are been either re-releases or anime films.
Yeah. And then also Inside Out 2 somehow.
Yeah, like
that movie's like, I'm like, how is that the best grossing Pixar movie? Like, what happened?
Sadly, did not beat Lion King 2019, which is like, damn it, it was so close.
Something will, and hopefully it's not just Mufasa. Ace saw Coraline this past weekend and the theater was packed. I'm glad to hear that.
That's great to hear. I like because Leica just announced their new movie, and like Leica's one of those companies that I can't wait for any of their films. They're all their films are fantastic.
Like, oh hey, we got money now.
Yeah, like it's like one of those it's one of those miracles that Leica is still around to this day, because like a company like them, realistic, should not still exist after.
You know why they still exist, right?
Why?
It's because Travis Knight is the heir to the Nike fortune.
Really? I did not know.
Yeah, he's like a nepo baby for the Nike family, but he's like really into filmmaking, so that's why he just funnels money into Leica that way.
Oh, that's great.
Oh.
That's why it stays around. Is because he's got Nike money, so he's just like, oh sure, this is the thing I'm doing.
Yeah, because like the fact that a stop motion film company still exists for a decade now is impressive.
Yeah. And that's why I think anytime they're like, anytime they're gonna like, fold, it's just like Travis Knight just throws some Nike money at it. I bet.
Yeah, essentially since their films don't come out like yearly like Disney, they come out like every 5 years.
Exactly. So I love the chat going from like, oh yeah, you guys didn't know that, to what? Also there's a Nintendo Museum Direct. Is that what I'm competing with right now?
Yeah, but there's no game announcement, so I think you're safe.
Okay, cool. Astronaut said his dad's net worth is $37 billion. Exactly. Oh my God. He could keep the animation studio alive.
Is that like the good timeline for rich people? It's like bad timelines. Your Elon Musk's good timelines. Your Travis Knight's.
Yeah, you get a complete coin toss with the kids of rich people. You either get generation wealth assholes, or you get guys with really specific hobbies.
Oh, like Tony Khan with wrestling. He's just a really rich kid that just loves wrestling, so he's like, no, I'm gonna.
Exactly. Nintendo stream doesn't begin proper till 6 p.m. Eastern. Cool. We got like 20 minutes. We can not be competing. All right, let's get on to the news, the entertainment news here.
It's not that much.
It's not much. It's literally 2 topics. I guess when I do the chapter times, I'm going to include all that other part as part of entertainment news. By the way, I did not see Alien Romulus because I'm not an Alien fan.
I heard it's good. I heard it's really good.
I heard it was great.
You're a fan, but it's not.
I mean,
let's just
I'm
say,
have you seen
I've never been a fan.
Have you seen the behind the scenes? Have you seen
Yes.
they actually have a full xenomorph
effects?
Yeah, they have a full xenomorph like animatronic. I'm like, oh my god.
That's the thing I like about
I see that thing on my yard. I'm gonna blow it up.
Yeah, the behind the scenes work on Alien is more interesting to me than the actual
same
movies. Yeah,
I don't know why. I don't know why, Cass. Like, are you familiar with the Tremors movies?
Yeah.
I just imagine you as Burt Gummer with the xenomorphs. You just have a whole wall of weapons in your basement.
Not my cup of tea. Although I like Predator. I wish that would come back.
Well, we had Prey, which was good. I think Prey would have done better if it had gone in theaters. I think Prey would have done good.
Yeah.
Based on how Romulus did. Also, Jerry, Prey's on Hulu, so you got that option for you.
Predator's not really a like horror movie. That's more of a like horror adjacent kind of film.
I think that's probably why I like it, because I'm not a horror guy, but I do like thrillers and violence.
It's very much like it's like Aliens. It's just it's horror. It has horror elements, but it's definitely more like actiony.
So pivoting from a movie that used a lot of practical effects to a show that still uses a lot of practical effects. despite all of its CG. Bakugo Sentai Boom Boomers entering its third arc, and they released a new poster. Notable things include Boone Red's new jacket. For some reason, Boone Orange is the most prominent character on the poster. A new mecha that has Ultra Magnus colors, as well as a new combination in the back.
And Choo Choo Man.
Oh yeah, I hardly noticed him. Tokyo Ichigo is here. Just kidding, that was the first thing I noticed. Tokyo Ichigo is here. Probably they're doing, I think, a Tokyo 10th anniversary thing in the show as opposed to a movie, because I think the cast is probably locked up doing something or whatnot.
That'd be really cool. I mean, that's gonna be so weird if they do Tokyo 10 year anime and they get back the kids, but they're all actually grown up now.
They might as well. They just had the Tokyo Yongo kid was in Gotchard, I think, recently. So
I mean, that'd be so weird because now they are properly grown up, so they could do some weird plot of the two adult versions, quote unquote, together.
They could do some cool stuff, but I'm excited to see more Boom Boomger. It's the best preschool best preschool show on television.
Honestly, I kind of wish seeing Boom Red with the jacket. I kind of wish all the seeing them with the jackets. I kind of wish I think the jackets add a lot to the designs. Because again, I'm not too into the Boom Boomer suits, but I think adding that jacket,
I hope
it adds a lot.
I hope when they do the Boom Boom Grand Prix, which I assume is going to be the final arc of the show, I hope they all get to wear the jackets full time.
That should be the team power up, just jackets.
Jackets, yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be sick. I love Boom Boomger though.
I said you watch. I said you watch it. I heard good things about it, so I recommend it.
It gets us back to
normal Sentai.
It gets us back to normal Sentai in the right way. Yeah. All right, next up, Legendary Television got a first look TV deal with Eric Hesserer. Let's just go with that. And they will be they start development on a Pacific Rim. This is the guy. A Pacific Rim prequel TV series. I assume they're doing that because you can afford one Jaeger for the final episode, right?
I know Pacific Rim has fans, obviously, but is it still as popular?
Let me go check on that Kickstarter real quick. Yeah. Let's go see how the comic Kickstarter is doing for it.
I think it's at this point it's diehard fans now that's keeping it alive.
That's basically my question. Yeah.
My biggest question with this thing is not why are we making it, because I think there's reason to make it. My question is
Monarch. I think it's one of those seeing the effects of Monarch doing very well.
I think the question is who's going to pay for this in current streaming landscape. Yeah. By the way, the Kickstarter's going well. It's got 126,000 of its 99,000 goal, and it's got 15 days left.
Nice.
But this show being announced as a prequel lines up with my theory that this comic is our third movie.
Oh man.
Yeah. We'll see if this even comes out though, because it's in development. Doesn't mean it's actually greenlit. Nobody's put money behind it yet, but it's something. The dream ain't dead yet. That's kind of what the news is, really. You guys got any thoughts on this? That's all I got.
I'm glad.
I'll watch it if it comes out.
Yeah, I don't hate Pacific Rim. It's just something I don't think about often.
Yeah.
I'm just glad that the franchise is still alive. Such like that.
Yep. I'm glad the franchise ain't dead. I kind of wish they would do it animated though.
Yeah, I mean, Black. I see my favorite part of the franchise is Black still. Yeah.
I think an animated series. Also, you can do giant robot stuff in animation cheaper than live action.
Mm-hmm.
So, you guys ready for some comic book news? Because comic books.
Yes.
For anybody wondering, mentally where I'm at, I'm a little burned out on toys. For various reasons, I'm a little burned out on toys, but comics are just hitting me in my happy place. That sounded awful. Comic books are doing what I wanted them to do for years, and it's finally happening, and I think that's why I'm kind of I just really want to talk about comics. So, let's not go super on depth with these, though, because they're not that deep. But DC has announced that part of their All-In initiative will include a new Batgirl series, and thank God it ain't Barbara Gordon, it's Cassandra Cain.
Cassandra Cain, this is her first series in, 18 years, right?
Yeah. God, when did her series end? It's been 18 years, right?
Yeah, it's finally
it's almost.
The Batgirl that had the longest comic run ever is finally getting a new comic run.
I know, right?
I hope this leads us to getting a Cassandra Cain omnibus because they never finished the trade paperback reprints.
Yep. I'm not surprised, but like it's so just nice to see because they've been really pushing Cassandra as of late in the comics, which I'm happy about. So it's great to see. Now, where's her ambiguous gay girlfriend?
Yeah, Stephanie Brown. I don't know if she's going to be in this. I think they did confirm that Lady Shiva's in it, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
When a deadly group of assassins shows up to kill Cassandra Cain, Lady Shiva must come to the rescue, and they're forced to put their complicated past aside and work together as mother and daughter to ensure they make it out alive. Unfortunately, things are never as easy as they seem, and Batgirl must embark on a jaw-dropping, martial arts-filled adventure in her quest for truth and justice and revenge. This is a Batgirl unlike any other, so don't miss the opportunity to dive into the psyche of one of Gotham City's deadliest fighters while exploring her deep and complex relationship with her mother. It is, let's see, who's the creative team on this? Tate Brombo will be doing writing, and Takashi Miyazawa will be doing art. I don't know who either of those are, but they sound cool. November.
When's this coming in?
November 6th, issue 1. This is an ongoing. Now, ongoing is subjective because Blue Beetle only got 11 issues, so order your comics at your local comic shop if you can.
Did you read the final issue? It was so great.
It was so good.
It was so good.
Yeah.
Let me go look up. So Tate Bromville, let's see, they have done. Let's see, anything we'll recognize. A lot of indie stuff. So they did. They're doing Green Lantern Dark, that the Elseworld stuff. He wrote for the X-Men wedding special? He probably wrote one of the stories for the X-Men.
Yeah, because there was like 6 stories.
Wedding specials. A lot of indie. Yeah, he mostly a lot of indie books. He did. Seeing Takashi Miyazawa. He drew Spider-Man Loves Mary Jane.
Okay.
And such like that. He did which run of Silk? Oh, this was the 20. He did the art for the 2022 Silk Run. So yeah, experienced comic art and a newish comic writer by the looks of it.
That sounds like a good team. In continuing, DC actually gives books to women. Yeah,
do we have do we have the Black Canary news?
I'm not talking about Black Canary news. Comics written by Tom King don't exist, okay?
I kind of hate when we mentioned with Secret Cassandra. I hate in that Black Canary series by Tom King. It was about like Black Canary trying to fight Lei Shiva Oso, and in the description it was like Diana had to go ask to train with her masters of like Wildcat and Batman, and like Batman not because you literally had Cassandra as part of your team, Diana. She literally is the daughter.
I will say about Tom King, he is a competent writer, but he has one setting, and his one setting always bugs the crap out of me, so I don't bother with him.
Yeah.
All right. Now, here's the thing. Who watches the Watchtower? That's the question. Because the question all along the Watchtower will see Renee Montoya investigating a murder in the home of the Justice League. So, spinning out of Justice League Unlimited, the new Justice League book, there will be also a ongoing question series where Renee is investigating what happened on the Watchtower. I'm so happy. I'm so happy this exists.
Yeah, I'm happy to see because has Montoya because
it has been 20 years since Renee became the question, and she has not had her own ongoing yet.
Yeah, because this
is her first solo book.
She was what? I think she was the commissioner for a while during not the Darcy run, but she was in the current Batman stuff for a while. She was the commissioner.
John Ridley was the one that put her in the commissioner role, and I like John Ridley, but I did not agree with that choice because she was the commissioner while also still the question, and I was like, how do you even do that?
Yeah. So I'm super happy to see.
I'm glad she's back. To
Montoya's back as question,
and in a solo book, which has never happened before.
Yeah. Which also this kind of confirms that because when they announced Justice League Unlimited, I wasn't sure if that was like sort of like World's Finest, where that was kind of a nebulous timeline.
It is main book.
That is the main. Yeah, that is the main Justice League book. Okay, I thought because when they announced, I thought it was gonna be So that's actually really nice to see. Yep. That is the main Justice League book.
This will be written by Alex Segura and drawn by Cian Tormey. And will follow Renee after Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman call her up to the Justice League Orbital Watchtower to solve a murder most foul. I love murder mysteries, so this is 100% up my alley. And considering that, again, Renee's been the question since 52, which was like 20 years ago, but she's never had a solo book. This is pretty great. And it is an ongoing as well. So it's not a
Reyes Montoya
miniseries.
is one of those decisions that is one of the best decisions ever, but yet gets forgotten so much for some reason.
I think because they somehow never adapted her to media. That's the question.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Honestly,
I think I would like Kate Crusade much better if it was just Montoya as the question for that show. Honestly,
yeah. What were you gonna say, Cass?
Oh no, he said that's the question. I was like, pun intended.
Yep, that's the thing that's interesting too is that a bunch of people were like, "Oh, Renee's the question" when this announcement came out because she's been the question for 20 years, but they just don't do anything with it outside of the comics where she shows up sometimes, which is a bummer because great character, great legacy mantle, and one of the few legacy characters that doesn't have to share their title with their previous version. Vic Sage has been dead for 20 years, guys. Can you believe it?
Yeah.
Someone actually stayed dead for once.
Yeah.
Just like I wish frickin' Barry Allen would stay dead. Anyways.
I know, right?
Next up, Black Lightning. I can't believe this. I'm like, DC, we were joking about that I wasn't all in on DC when they were doing the all-in thing, but now they're just like, I'm like, oh, maybe I am. Black Lightning will be coming in November alongside Thunder and Lightning, his daughters. They're setting them up as a trio here, which is fantastic. This is what should have happened after the TV show did this.
I just remember the DC Nation shorts of Black Lightning, and I just got instant vibes of those with this.
This will launch in November. Writer Brandon Thomas and artist Fico Osio. I'm gonna go with Osio. This is, I believe it's a mini series, but it has the potential to become an ongoing if it sells well enough.
Like Green Arrow.
Like
Green Arrow.
Yeah. So if you want to
get
it,
what was the last time Black Lightning got a solo book?
It's been long enough. I actually can't remember.
Oh dear.
And again, Black Lightning had 4 seasons of a CW TV show, and they didn't synergize that at all.
I don't know why. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, but like this is amazing. I'm so happy about this. Great stuff. Great stuff. One of the most underutilized characters in comics is Black Lightning.
It's true.
Yeah. I honestly
they
can't
release
like
They should release like an Omni also for.
I think they could put out a Black Lightning omnibus, and it would include everything before this series in one volume.
Yeah,
it's kind of like Blade.
Sad.
Blade's another character that you can like compile all of Blade's like solo titles into 2 books, like 2 omnis to do all of Blade basically.
Two of the coolest characters yet has nothing. Has barely anything for them. I know it's a pattern here.
I will say as well with Blade, I thought it was funny when the newest Blade comic came out and they had the legacy number, and it like Blade issue 1 was legacy number 28, and I was like, guys, maybe you shouldn't just post that. That makes you look horrible.
There might be only one. There'll never be another Blade. There might be only one Blade.
All right. Next up, mild spoilers for a recently wrapped miniseries, but the Wolverine miniseries ended on a semi-cliffhanger where it was like, this is not the end, and Benjamin Percy was like, I'm not done writing Wolverine, and I'm like, what does that mean? And then the next day they're like, there's a Wolverine ongoing, and I was like, oh, tell me more. Wolverine number 1 will be coming out in December. It'll be written by Benjamin Percy with art by Raphael Anicio. This is going to continue off of several Wolverine things. So, if you're following Wolverine, there was the Wolverine Ghost Rider crossover, Weapons of Vengeance. Then something happens in Sabretooth War, which then leads Wolverine, the miniseries, take place after the Benjamin Percy Wolverine series. And in that establishes a new Wolverine, because the first Wolverine was Logan, the new Wolverine is his son Daken, and so this is going to be a Daken-led book, which means we are at a point where Logan, Daken, and Laura all have solo books at the same time.
Again. Okay, I didn't know it was that. I assume it was Daken's brown suit, but still, I was like, I was wondering what the hell is like. Is this canon or is this like fun, like non-canon?
When they first did it, it was a flashback, and I was like, that was a fun little thing. And then they came back with the miniseries that again took place after the Wolverine stuff, and I was like, oh, sweet. And then now. Well, now we got an ongoing, and I'm like, cool. Because I like Benjamin Percy writing Wolverine, because if you've ever seen a picture of Benjamin Percy, he looks like he is Wolverine. So
Yeah.
him writing Wolverine stuff is great, but I think him writing Logan for 50 issues of Wolverine and 50 issues of X-Force and the Wolverine miniseries, it's kind of enough of him on Logan, so it's nice to see him doing Daken. So pretty cool stuff.
Now we just need Honey Badger to get her own book.
Exactly. I feel like Honey Badger, and this is no offense to Honey Badger, I think instead of giving her like her own books, they should give her like an Infinity comic on Marvel Unlimited.
Yeah.
Give her one of those cool vertical comics. I really like those. I'm enjoying Avengers Academy a lot.
I mean, the Infinity comic Gwenpool's like some of the best Gwenpool stuff ever since her first series ended.
Yeah, honestly, like it's funny because like Avengers Academy is like because like Moon Girl doesn't have a book right now, so it's like like Avengers Academy as an Infinity comic's been great. It has Blade's daughter, who's not doing anything else. It's got Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, who weren't doing anything else. It's got Aaron Fisher, Captain America, who wasn't doing anything else. And they're just kind of like, let's just throw together a team of people who we didn't have anything else going on, and they're just getting forgotten in other books, and then just give them an Infinity comic. And also make it incredibly horny just for the hell of it. It's great. There was I don't know what compelled them to have a thing where like the teachers of Avengers Academy were all having a strip poker game. And Carol was like, "This is supposed to be regular poker," and Shuri's like, "Shut up, Carol."
Golly,
it's really
that
so
definitely
funny.
feels something. I feel like that fits the tone of Jen McKay's Avengers team easily.
Yeah, it's so funny because it's like, Avengers Academy is like, oh, like it's the teen book, but it's also like it's the incredibly horny teen book. So I love that book. It's a vertical scrolling comic, and I've gotten used to those now. When like Webtoon first started, I was like, vertical comics, but now Marvel's been doing it, and I'm like, oh, okay. And then Wayne Family Adventures exists. And
I still need to learn how to make those.
Yeah, I feel like they're kind of a challenge because they have to be like one long image, right? Yeah.
Because I haven't I still make them like the old fashioned way, and I'm like, and just scale them down. I need to learn how to do the vertical style.
Mm-hmm. You also have to restructure panels because you can't just do like comic or manga panels with those. Because the way how
exactly.
Jeremy Carr says, "When are the rest of Moon Girl season dropping?" We still don't have a date, but they did just finish the Moon Girl lab shorts on the Disney Channel YouTube. It'd be hard to find because it's a kids channel, but on the Disney Channel YouTube, they put out 8 shorts called Moon Girl's Lab, and each of them has a song teaching you a lesson, and it's like new generation Schoolhouse Rock. It's the coolest thing ever. Like there's a whole song about photosynthesis.
Right.
It's stuck in my head. Those finished though, because they put out a compilation like all of Moon Girl's Lab, and so it's 8 shorts. So I'm hoping that we're getting like news on the rest of season, because we still got 10 more episodes, I think. Yeah. We got 10 more episodes in season 2. Hopefully coming soon. I felt like Moon Girl's Lab bridged the gap, but if you need your Moon Girl fix, there's like a 16-minute compilation. You should go learn about photosynthesis and how people discovered the moon wasn't cheese, and I love that show. I love that show.
Disney don't realize they have a fantastic show on their hands and decide not to renew for a third season. I'm not bitter.
When I was at the Star Trek convention, there's an actor named Ian Alexander, and they were on Star Trek Discovery, but they also voice one of the characters in Moon Girl. And so I was like, I went to talk to him because I talked to them before at Mission Chicago. So I was like, oh hey, since then you were in Moon Girl. Let's talk about Moon Girl, and we just like geeked out about how good Moon Girl was. It was really fun. Anyways, that's my stories. I when I have so little news, I feel like I can just go on tangents. Tangents is back, guys. You don't have to be so locked in right now. It's freeing. Anyways, the last comic announcement we're going to talk about today is this year's or is it next year's? Yeah, it's in November. This year's Marvel Voices special for Indigenous people will be a one-shot featuring Kahori. Kahori debuted in What If Season 2. She was original character for that show. And I think she had the best episode of What If Season 2, personally speaking. But Kahori, Reshaper of Worlds, will be a one-shot continuing the character. It's going to be written by Ryan Little, Ari Honi David, Kelly Lynn D'Angelo, and more, plus art by David Cutler, Jim Terry, and more, coming out in November. And so it is a one-shot. Muteki, that's a good question. Possible Marvel Legend reveal of her. I feel like if they could, I would like them to do it. I like her only figure currently is a Funko Soda figure, and I'd really love to see her get like a proper action.
Well, he's
figure
would that be
she's
MC
cool.
or comic based?
Either or. You have options now. It's the same design, so either way works.
Yeah.
But I really like the character, so I'm going to pick this up for sure. That's pretty much it for comic news. Because a lot of the November announcements we had heard about prior, so it's kind of like, oh, okay, that wasn't that much, but kind of makes sense too. Yeah. You guys ready to talk about Blu-rays?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, Falcon's Tech brought a good point.
I'm
We're overdue for a Marvel Legends Disney Plus wave. She seems like a lock for that one. Yeah, I feel like the show's getting reshuffled is holding it up. I have a weird feeling.
That reminds me.
I have a weird feeling. Wave 2 of Disney Plus, or not Wave 2. What the next Disney Plus wave, whatever it is, I feel like it's got Ironheart in it. I think that's what's throwing everything off. So that's just my guess. I don't know for sure, but we'll see. We shall see.
I barely saw any Marvel Legends when I was at Walmart. I'm like, man.
Yeah, I know. Marvel Legends is in a weird spot. So you don't find them in stores easily. Spin Dash, there's Discotek out of print news. Could you give me a list somewhere? I'm reachable. I'll be glad to announce it, or unless I don't want to. Okay, here we go. Case closed. Episode 1. Crimson Love and Zero Enforcer. Failing. Guy King's out of print?
Ooh,
oh, crap.
Guy King. Yeah, it's been and that's a good one.
That's a good one.
I love that show.
Kyoso Gigia. That's it. Okay. There we go. Now we know. All right. Let's talk about Blu-ray news. So first up, not really news per se, but Justin Savakis, who works for Media OCD, who does work for Discotek and Animigo, he was looking into the Dirty Pair Kickstarter about 3 years ago. Right Stuff and Nozomi Entertainment, they did a Kickstarter to dub Dirty Pair, classic anime series. There was supposed to have shipped in August of 2022. Crunchyroll purchased Right Stuff, as we know, because that was the day my dreams died.
Yep.
And there hasn't been any updates. They did an update at the end of May saying that it was still coming and still progressing. The current update that we got now is Justin said he was digging through LinkedIn. Several producers that were working for Right Stuff are no longer with Crunchyroll as of June. Their last update was end of May, so it's either completely finished or Crunchyroll's decided to junk it all. Who knows? This is not the only Kickstarter for Blu-rays that has had issues. There was another one that I believe was also in forever Delayville. It seems like unlike comics or toys, Kickstarters for Blu-rays have not had the same level of success of actually releasing, which is concerning for a lot of reasons.
For real. So I actually like Dirty Pair a lot.
Me too. I was going to get they were going to do retail releases of the sets with the dub after the Kickstarter stuff shipped out, but I guess that's just not happening because Crunchyroll sucks. That's all we got on this so far. I mean, there's nothing else. I thought it would be good to update since it's 2 years since they said it was going to release. Ryan, you got any thoughts on Dirty Pair? Ryan may have vanished.
Oh, wow. It's usually what I do.
Yeah, I wonder if Discord kicked him out by accident.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I have memories of Dirty Pair because I saw Flash first on Showtime, and then I saw the original on Showtime because Showtime used to show anime. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, that's right. I never watched it because I didn't have Showtime, but yeah, they used to air anime. All right, next piece of news. Crunchyroll announced Dragon Ball Z Complete Series Blu-ray and Dragon Ball Super Complete Series Blu-ray box sets that both are just repacking pre-existing releases. Unfortunately, this is yet another repack of the 16:9 Blu-rays for Dragon Ball Z as opposed to the better but still not great 4:3 Blu-rays. If we're going to be repacking something, please be repacking the 4:3 Blu-rays.
Oh, those 16:9 ones. Yes, those level sets.
Yeah.
But no,
the 30th anniversary set that got broken up into the steel books.
The levels the levels that were actual true remaster.
Yeah, those were good.
Those were good, and then they canceled them because they put out. It was like the fourth release
of
the show back to back. Yeah, this is basically just Orange Bricks but less blown out. Which is
don't they Well, I mean, don't they still have that washed-out color?
Yep,
Still?
they're still washed out. The 30th anniversary set was still not what we wanted, but at least it was better. Like, the 30th anniversary Blu-rays, the 4x3 Blu-rays, those are the best Z release we can get. But why the only re-release they got outside the big limited set was a bunch of steelbooks that went out of print almost immediately. Why is this set not a repack of the 4x3 Blu-rays?
I know, right?
But the thing is that this set was supposed to go up for pre-order. Same with this Dragon Ball Super set, as well as this limited edition re-release of Samurai Champloo. However, the article updated. Those releases were removed, and the listings did not go live on Crunchyroll store like intended. So maybe
Something happened.
maybe they aren't. Maybe they're fixing the Dragon Ball Z set, but for some reason they announced those 3 and then didn't put them actually up.
I mean,
and then
it shouldn't.
them.
It shouldn't affect Super or Samurai Champloo.
Yeah,
if
exactly.
That's the case.
It's very odd, but maybe the dates are wrong or something. Yeah. Anyways, things that are coming out in November includes an Afro Samurai Blu-ray Steelbook that contains the complete series as well as the movie Resurrection on a cool dual-sided Steelbook. I believe, if I'm not wrong, and people can correct me if I'm wrong, I believe this is the first time both the series and the movie have been in the same set. I've always seen them as singles before.
I can't recall, but I think you're right.
Yeah.
I used to watch that show, but I got the physical releases.
I watched it all. I never saw the movie. And I never
Well, that's not part of the movie.
Bought it, yeah.
Semi-related, but is the Cowboy Bebop movie pack in with that Blu-ray set?
No.
Nope.
Yeah, no,
it's a separate release because Sony still owns that movie.
Oh, okay.
Spin Dash said there was a set before, but it's out of print. Okay.
Yeah,
the Cowboy Bebop movie is Funimation did a release of it, and it was much better than Sony's release of it. But it was a sub license, and they lost that license, and I think it's out of print, and I don't think you can buy
so that means they only include the sub, but not the English dub.
No, it has the dub.
Okay.
It's just a sub license from Sony. They can't get the movie without going through Sony, which is funny because Sony now owns Funimation, and you think they could re-release it because now there shouldn't be a rights issue, but they haven't yet, which is a bummer. All right, One Piece Film Red is getting a 4K Blu-ray Steelbook, so include 4K plus a movie plus a bonus features disc, which is pretty solid. I haven't touched. Oh, that's right, Smith the Crow. Yeah, Sony didn't even release the movie under Sony Entertainment. It was sub-licensed from Image Entertainment. Yeah.
You haven't touched any of the One Piece movies, I'm assuming, right?
The only one I touched was Episode of East Blue because it was like a recap.
Oh,
movie.
the recap reanimated film.
Yeah, I was like, I just want to watch a One Piece movie, and I was like, let me start with the one that recaps part I've done. I'm gonna go back and watch all the One Piece movies when I'm done catching up on the anime.
There's some really good ones, especially
the manga, I should say. I'm not catching up on the anime.
There's some really good ones, especially when Oda fully gets involved. There was some really good stuff.
Film Z is really good.
I heard Film Z was good. I want to see Strong World because Oda was talking about that.
I like Gold. I like Gold. Gold is a heist movie. I think you'll like Gold.
That sounds like fun. I think Red's the last movie we've gotten, right? I don't think.
Yeah, Red. It's the most recent film. Yeah.
Smith the Crow says, I swear Crunchyroll feels like they operate separately from Sony Pictures. Until like a few months ago, they were actually separate companies. Now they've been merged under Sony. Like the Crunchyroll home video is now being done by Sony Home Entertainment.
They've been getting slightly better with the releases, but it's still not like the Funimation days.
Terry Hang says, I'm on Dressrosa in the manga. So am I. That's where I'm at right now.
Soon you can review those anime hero figures.
I know. I'm like, I need to meet adult Sabo. I'm good.
I just want that beginning. I want that beginning bit of the video before the intro just going. And now I finally get the context of Sabo.
Yeah. Muhammad, I've been watching Gotchard. I haven't seen the recent episode. The pacing has been weird on the show, but I appreciate the fact the shows at least had stuff happening the whole time. It didn't have like a middle where nothing happened and they ran in circles. So it wins and points in my book. Dressrosa is kind of long. It's like 100 chapters, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Smith the Crow says, Sony Pictures Home Entertainment simply distributes for Crunchyroll. Crunchyroll still does their discs in-house, to my knowledge. Okay, yeah. It's still weird. You think everything... Like, isn't the point of a corporate merger to streamline everything? Why is it always complicated?
Yeah. Is that because it's like how Warner Bros. Released all the Viz stuff, and even though they're separate companies.
Well, that's because Warner Brothers Viz licensed their stuff to Warner Brothers Home Video, which is also sub-licensed to Studio Distribution Services. Physical media market's weird, guys, including the new Ninja Turtles DVD. We have Paramount's release of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the 1987 series, not confused with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the 1990 movie, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the 2003 series, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the 2012 series, or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the 2014 movie.
Or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the IDW comic.
Yes, or the Mirage comic, or the... Anyways.
Image Comics.
So, the thing is that this is a complete series box set. It's got a very similar packaging design to Paramount's 2003 DVD set. There has been a lot of talk about hoping that this has the correct episode order, which would be great. We don't know the full contents because I doubt they'll do a press release because they don't.
Is this disc on demand like the Century set or no?
I don't believe so. I think it is. It's listed under Paramount. It is. The info is weird. It's completely copy pasted from the Lionsgate release. Yes, my downward spiral. I felt the need to differentiate all of them. When I was doing that guide, I had to have a lot of numbers running around just so I could keep it straight. So it is listed at 23 discs. However, it is listed at $33.99, which seems low for being a new release. So the thing is I have seen this happen. The Warner Brothers release of the Addams Family is the exact same discs as the MGM release. They didn't even swap in Warner Brothers logos.
Is it the? I can't. I'm trying to look. I'm not trying to look. I have my the Lionsgate release right here. I don't see a discount. I'm not sure. Is it the same discount?
It's 23 discs. Yeah, the Lionsgate release was 23 discs because it was all repacked discs from the volume.
Yeah. There you go. 23 discs. Yeah.
I personally speaking, we don't have any detail if this is in a better shape than the Lionsgate release, if this is any different, or if it's a straight repack, but now under Paramount's distribution. So because of that, do not buy this yet. My recommendation, as someone that covers this stuff, is do not pre-order this, do not buy this. Unless there is a press release that comes out and says every episode in the proper order, and it lists like bonus features, and it's a different discount or something. At the moment, it is easy to assume that this is just a repack of the Lionsgate release, but under Paramount. And if that's the case, that sucks.
Yeah, because I love it because I'm because I was a bit wrong when I said this in Discord. They did relabel this new. I'm not sure about the Party Wagon release, but for this
the purple set has the same discs as the Party Wagon. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because they have the season disc blah blah, and then I love for season 4. I love disc 23 bonus feature for these season 4 episodes. Plan for the Turloid Once Upon a Turtle Machine because. Those episodes were forgotten. They would rather
print a label and say that the episodes are in the wrong place than actually just reprint the discs in the correct order.
Yeah. Yep.
So we're going to see how this develops. It's scheduled for October 15th. For everyone knowing, I did pre-order this only because I'm covering it for a video. If I was just making a purchase, I would not have pre-ordered this until there was more info. I will give you guys more info.
I mean, at least it saves your shelf space.
That's my thought process. I'm like, I can make a video out of this, right? I can make a video out of this, and I have only the Lionsgate volumes. I don't have a complete set, so at least it will condense if it is the same. Now, my downward spiral says it sounds like Paramount would repack the 2003 volumes. It sounds psychotic. It does sound psychotic. I only say it's happening that is because it's happened before. Paramount's re-releases of some of the Nick shows that other companies did ended up reusing stuff too. The hope is that since it's Paramount Home Video doing the release and not Lionsgate regurgitating the same crap they've always done, it will be at least in order, or at least the episodes are all grouped together. And hopefully they are new discs. But, like I said, it's not a guarantee because some recent releases... like I mentioned, this Addams Family set, Warner Brothers and MGM... it wasn't an MGM DVD. It was a Fox DVD that Warner Brothers re-released with a new packaging that had Warner Brothers on it, but all the discs still are all Fox labeled.
What I'm curious about is this dude. They got rid of the really bad artwork they had for all these Lion Gates sets. But the thing is, this artwork is on a lot of the on the menus for most of the seasons. So I'm curious, since the artwork they have on the packaging is not the Lionsgate artwork. It makes me wonder would those two appear if these are just the Lionsgate disc?
I don't know. What I'm hoping for is something like the 2003 set, where like something on the 2003 set where everything's in order and it's just 10 episodes of disc, and we're just like you just go through them in production order.
I mean, the masters are bad for 87 Turtles, so it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, I'm not looking for a remaster, right? Like, I don't think a remaster's happening. It didn't really happen on Paramount Plus when they uploaded the show. I just would like them to be in order.
I just think the masters for 87 Turtles are just bad at this point.
Yeah, and it would cost more money than any company's willing to invest to make it good.
I do wonder though, because the Lionsgate set always had the produced by Fred Wolf Films on them. I wonder if that was like a weird recent contract from the Lionsgate sets that had that name on there. It makes me wonder. I'm still frustrated for their 2012 complete series set. They did not relabel any of the disc for this set. So they still have all the volume names. The individual volume names of like Rise of the Turtle, Showdown Dimension. So it's not like Season 1, Disc 1 or anything like that. I'm still frustrated at because especially since
I'm also still frustrated we have no Rise set.
Yeah, that's it. Especially how short it is. That should definitely be a Blu-ray. Does it help that also because on the complete set for the 2012 series they have a the slip art has disc 1. Disc 1 they show disc 1, disc 2, blah blah blah, showing the episode content, but they don't have the discs don't say disc 1, disc 2.
Yep.
So you just kind of have to guess.
You just have to count. You have to count yourself. Yeah, Paramount frustrates me, and that's why I'm saying, guys, like, until there's more info, I wouldn't recommend pre-ordering this. The price is low enough that I'm gonna throw in for it and make a video, but
it's not a Geats. It's not a Geats set.
It's not a Geats set. Yeah, it's not like it's $100. It's $35. I'll swing for it. I'll make a video on it, and we'll go from there.
No, as some of you mentioned, it is kind of frustrating that this set and the 10-3 set spines match up because it has the logo vertically, and then the turtles the turtles in a column. But the 2012 complete set has the logo horizontally, with the 4 turtles grouped down the bottom. So they don't. So you had all 3 Paramount sets together. The 2012 series does not match the way the 10-3 and 87 spines are set up.
Exactly. Yeah, it's really frustrating. That being said, I hope they do good with this set. I hope at least the episodes are in order. I'm not asking for miracles. I just like someone to look at the production codes. My God. I know it's not hard. It took me a couple hours, but I'm not even getting paid to do that, and I figured it out. Hell, Paramount, you're confused about episode order. Send me an email. I'll give you my damn spreadsheet. Like, come on.
It's so annoying because the 2012 set, everything was mostly in order into Tales of the TMNT, where it's all scattered.
It's all I don't get how Turtles is such a big franchise, but yet I don't know. Honestly speaking, Turtles is in bad a shape, physical media wise, as Dragon Ball is.
Yeah.
In terms of presentation, I think video quality wise is fine, unless you Turtles Forever on the complete 10-3 set.
I know, like but that's the thing, right? Like, there's not a single.
I know what you mean.
There's not a single Ninja Turtles physical release I consider good, except for Mutant Mayhem.
Next Mutation.
Oh, and Next Mutation. Yeah. Sorry, but I forgot about Next Mutation for a minute. Next Mutation and Mutant Mayhem are the only good releases of Turtles, because
I love the other 4 movies. I mean,
the other 4 movies. Oh, awful. TMNT is missing all of its bonus features, pretty much.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, for the Blu-ray release.
The Blu-ray release is missing all the bonus features. The original 3 movies look awful. They have. Oh, really? They haven't received a new master in 17 years, I think. When they did the Blu-rays, they did it off the DVD master. It's upscaled. It's not even restored.
Jeez.
Wow, real? I didn't know that.
There is a ton of bonus content for the first movie that exists on the German Blu-ray and has never made it outside of Germany. Like,
there's a great video by the channel Phaelus, who did a bunch of videos on the Turtles movie home media. It goes into how a bunch of like international sets have all these big bonus features, but our big like 25th anniversary box set when TMNT came out had nothing.
Absolutely nothing. There is no on the current Blu-ray disc that they've just been regurgitating for the last 17 years. Nothing. No bonus features.
I've been wanting a good release of the first 3 movies for so long.
I know, and you know we've heard rumors of the first one getting a 4K forever, but I'm just like until it happens, I'm not taking any stock in it.
I mean, there's also the weirdness.
We passed the anniversary like 6 times. You know, like,
there's also the weirdness of the Turtles 1 and 2 sets of nowadays have the turtle tree suits on them.
Yeah,
which is simply false advertising. You might get technical.
I just like.
Wait, what about the 2?
Yes, I'm referring to the 2 special edition for TMNT 2007.
Mm-hmm. What about the 2 Bay films? Are those all right?
They're fine, but there's nothing
generic.
They're generic. They're the baseline. Oh look, we released a movie and then we put it on a disc. Like there's nothing interesting about it. Yeah, it's just the original 3 Turtle films all being DVD upscales too is just ugh. They look rough.
You eventually need to do that discussion because I remember some people were talking about this.
Actually, that was the thing. The other reason I'm buying this new Paramount TMNT set is because I'm doing a review of that 87 set from Paramount. I'm also gonna finally do the Ninja Turtles home video history. I was waiting for Paramount to do their own release.
I mean, also like I think because essentially with I remember people commenting about this on the your first Shin Ultraman. Video of like every time if I have Nick about a bad set for a movie I really like, I think some people really want to see you do a video about that because what was it? It was the first team. It was the first. Yeah, there was the first. You had the first season set of the Turtles, 87 Turtles. There's I think Yu-Gi-Oh! Dark Side Dimensions.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Dark Side Dimensions has the wrong aspect ratio.
Yeah, there was that Ghost in the Shell, really bad Ghost in the Shell set. Yeah, you really should do the worst.
I need to make that into a video and just use those same examples because it's there. And the thing is too, and this is what I'll talk about more when I do the home video history for Turtles. Ninja Turtles is like this massive, several $billion valued franchise, and yet why is there no good home video releases aside from like Shout putting their good foot forward with Next Mutation. And Mutant Mayhem turned out really nice and actually had some good bonus features. But, like, the fact that Rise hasn't even gotten anything but a couple small volumes is ridiculous. Like, Turtles prints money. Why won't these companies do anything to actually, like, capitalize on it? It's insanely frustrating. And that's why I say it's as bad as Dragon Ball release-wise.
Wait, what about Batman vs. TMC?
That was fine, but there's nothing, like... That was also a Warner Brothers release. That was a Batman release, not a Turtles release. Just like with all the DC publishing all the Ninja Turtles, Batman Ninja Turtle stuff, because it's all under Batman. That's more of a Batman than a Ninja Turtles because of who makes it. Spindash says, I still want you to tear into Terminator 2. Yeah, that's another one I need to do. I might do that.
Was that the really bad 4K? Right?
Yeah, and the fact that if you want Terminator 2. If you want everything for Terminator 2, you need to buy 4 releases.
What about Spider-Man No Way Home, where you want, or what about Spider-Man No Way Home, where if you want everything, you have to buy that film like 3 times or something like that?
If you want everything for No Way Home, you just buy the movie twice. You buy the physical disc, and then you buy the extended cut on digital.
Was that only in digital?
It's only on digital. It's not even included in the digital code. It's a separate digital purchase.
Oh, wait, what? Smith the Crow? Is that true?
Yeah, True Lies. James Cameron.
Okay. That one I have a personal, as you know why, Soundout.
No disrespect to James Cameron as a filmmaker, but he's an idiot when it comes to restoration.
Yeah. It reminds you
of why I'm personally offended by it being bad.
Because you have personal connection.
My uncle's in that movie.
Yeah. No, True Lies got a waxy generative AI.
I remember.
Yeah, it's like everybody's all washed out. Everything's blue randomly. It was just like it was an AI upscale that had no tweaking, and
not
everybody
the Discotek way where they actually
go in and do work on it. Yeah, no, True Lies got like the DNR taken just to every bit of grain is gone. Everything's blue. Everybody's waxy. Backgrounds don't look right. And
oh no.
And James Cameron's like, that looks great, and signed off on it. And I'm like, James Cameron is a moron when it comes to restoration.
It reminds me a lot. What was the artist for Killing Joke?
Dave Gibbons.
It reminds me because I remember there was a whole controversy of Killing Joke with the coloring.
Yeah, when they recolored Killing Joke, yeah.
Yeah, it reminds me of that pretty much.
Or like when Neil Adams went back and recolored all of his Batman artwork, and that's the version we get now, and it's like significantly worse than his original colors. Yeah. Anyways, there's a lot of stuff to do with Blu-ray videos. I gotta. Let me just write this down. Because but no, so that's the thing with this Turtles thing that always like every time we get a new Turtles release, and that's why I think like because people get mad at me because they're like, oh the 2003 set's terrible. I'm like, nah, it's fine. It's actually one of the better Ninja Turtles sets simply because the episodes are in order.
The only actual bad thing about it is Turtles Forever.
Yeah, that's the worst part about it, and
there's at least there's a way to stick it. Well, you just have to buy a separate disc that's like dirt cheap.
And it's still available.
It was Spider-Man that has an extended cut digital only, right? No Way Home.
Yeah.
Spider-Man No Way Home. Yeah, and then there's like other extended cuts like Spider-Man 2.1 and the editor's cut for 3 that are only on one version of the set and not others. Yeah, no, it's just it boggles my mind when we get releases that are like this bad even nowadays, and I'm hoping this new 87 Ninja Turtle set isn't terrible, but I'm prepping for the worst. It's the only way I can handle it. You guys ready to talk some toys?
Yep.
Because I'd rather talk about Blu-rays and comics, but we gotta talk toys. All right. After 4 years of teasing us, Todd McFarlane is finally doing his Medieval Spawn Kickstarter.
Really, he's been teasing for that long.
Yes, he has been teasing us since the first Kickstarter Spawn happened.
So is this Kickstarter or just the McFarlane?
This will be Kickstarter, proper Kickstarter itself.
Wow, I guess the superpower thing is not doing well then.
Yeah. See you later, my downward spiral. Thanks for checking in and chatting with us. Yeah, Cameron, you haven't missed the tier list yet. We haven't gotten there. We're getting there. So this is going to be a remake of the original 1995 Medieval Spawn, kind of like the way that the first one was a remake of the original Spawn. This is going to be a 7-inch tall figure, 32 points of articulation, 3 color variations, classic blue, black, and an all-gray artist prototype. There will be autograph versions available. You can get a standard where you just pick one, or you get a 3-pack, or you can get it autographed. There will be magnetic accessories for easy customization, and it will include a long sword, a round shield, classic helmet, right and left ornate forearm pads, classic chest plate, and skull chain. And if the campaign goes through all of its goals, there's up to 14 bonus free accessories that could be included.
14, my God.
Resealable blister packaging, shipping worldwide. All backers will be responsible for their estimated shipping costs. Additional charges such as regional tax or custom fees are not included and will vary by location. So here's the blue one. Here's the black colored one. And then here's the all gray. I'm probably going to go, I think I kind of want the blue. I like the blue. I think I'm just going to do one. Last time they did a Spawn Kickstarter, I bought all 3. I think this time I'm just going to buy one. But I think I'm going to go for the blue one. The blue looks nice. Super detailed. Very articulated, magnetic pieces to swap accessories.
The magnetic stuff sounds really cool.
Yeah, it really does. And Todd had a video on his Instagram that also showed it, and it like looks really cool. And then here's all the accessories that can be included as part of the goals and stuff.
Looks like he danced down he about 3.
Yeah, I got like all wrapped up in the Spawn hype, and then got all 3 colored Spawns. It was different because it wasn't just colors with the first Spawn. There was like a classic and a modern, and then at that point I might as well have just gotten the grayscale one. So yeah, there's head options. You can get a 3-pack and get weapons as well. So there's like exclusive accessories with some of these. This is launching soon. We don't have a date yet, I don't think, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm curious to see what the price will be because I want a blue one. I just want to get one this time. It looks cool. All right, speaking of blue, the Todd I was going to say the Todd McFarlane exclusive. That's not what we're doing here. The McFarlane Toys Alfred and Batmobile from Batman Forever went up for pre-order. Surprisingly, the version with Alfred is not exclusive anywhere. It is sort of a specialty shop release. It's not on Amazon, but it is available from other retailers like Big Bad Toy Store. The main version of this, the version you see here, is lights and sounds. It does make like engine sounds, which is pretty cool.
Oh, it's not the drive. It doesn't have the drive view quote.
No, it doesn't. But it does have a green light. And people have been saying, wasn't it blue in the movie? And I say for about 80% of the movie it was blue, yes, but there was 2 scenes with green. I don't know why it's necessarily green. I don't know if that may change by the time it finally comes out, or if they'll do a blue version later, or whatnot. All I know is I ordered this because...
I have a feeling it's going to be at least a version where it's like, it changes color.
Yeah, the interesting part here is the trading card. The hubcaps are blue, and then the interior lights are green, so I don't know exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's a possibility you press that button a second time and it switches from green to blue.
Exactly. That's what I'm guessing.
I don't know. I see this now. All I think of is scene in Batman in the Bull in the Trinity episode where you see Alfred temporarily put on the bat costume. I just see Alfred taking the Batmobile when Bruce isn't looking on droids or something like that.
Also, measurements-wise, this thing's 31 inches long, so I think it's the longest Batmobile to date. It's because of that big-ass fin on the back. This is my favorite live-action Batmobile, so of course I ordered it.
I love that Batmobile too. Actually, it's my favorite one. Wait, am I just saying that? Which one is it again?
The Batman Forever.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, that's
the shark fin.
I get clowned on for liking it.
I love it. No, it's so awesome. Look, we're not the only ones that like it. The Drew Carey Show liked it too.
You should do a video called "The Race of all the toy cars" or something like that, where it's like this: the Vamp, the Thunder Tank.
The Thunder Tank ain't racing. That thing's too heavy. It won't move.
Well, more just a comparison of all the major big vehicle toys like this.
If you don't like lights or sounds, Amazon has an exclusive version that glows in the dark. It also glows in the dark green.
But you you don't like Alpha for some reason.
Yeah. It is about $20 cheaper. I believe Alfred in the Batmobile, I believe, is $100, and I think the glow in the dark is $80, if I'm not mistaken. Something like that. I know Big Bad was charging $110 for the Alfred in the Batmobile. Yeah. Something like that. I don't remember exactly. Let's go check Big Bad. Where it's sold out. Yeah, it's $110 at Big Bad. It's huge. I really do like it though, and I'm gonna get it. I'm excited. I'm excited for that one. Smith the Crow says, when's the Schumacher cut for the movie? I wish they'd release it. Apparently, according to Kevin Smith, it's 100% done. And they could just release it, but they just don't want to. It's annoying. But I have a feeling maybe it'll come out next year for the 30th anniversary of the movie.
I hope.
I feel like they're sitting on it. Also, I turn 30 next year, too, so it'd be a nice birthday.
Hey, welcome to the club next year.
Yeah. All right.
Old.
Collector's Edition McFarlane. We have this Dark Knight Returns Batman. He's all battle damaged and stuff.
I honestly like it more than the original Dark Knight Returns Batman figure. He has a lot more detail and everything. I like it.
He looks cool. I like his light pole that he comes with.
Gives me flashback of the DC Direct Dark Knight Returns figures, like their buildable street.
His Chase variant is this darker colored version that's more shadowy and stuff.
The paint that has a really good paint work. This version.
Yeah. The next figure in the wave is going to be Green Lantern. You can get Tomar Ray and Abin Sur in one figure, just for the head swap. Of course, you have to buy multiples if you want them both. I
like the energy effects they come with.
Yeah, they're different. They're not just like the same energy effects we always see. Plus alternate thing. Jeremy Carr, the Once Upon a Deadpool Blu-ray is probably expensive now because it's out of print because it was a Fox release and Disney hasn't reprinted it. Because Disney hasn't reprinted anything from Fox. So the Deadpool movies, I think, are not even technically in print right now. Now, annoyingly, if you want Arcus Chummock or Green Man, you have to get a Chase figure.
Good luck finding that.
Good luck with that. Luckily, if you do need more Green Lantern bodies, the regular one is still retail. So if you just get one chase, you can buy like a third regular one, and then you have your extra body. But they did do a more classic, instead of having the green come to the shoulders, it cuts off in like the tank top kind of look on the chase as well.
Very similar to the classic digital HAL they released.
Yeah. We got this beautiful looking Huntress. Cloth wired cape. Swappable faceplates, which seems like a good advancement at things.
Again, they did.
That is pretty cool.
They first did that with their Demon Slayer figures, so it's nice to see they're now experimenting with that with multiverse.
Yep.
I'm hoping for the Batmans with interchangeable chins.
That'd be pretty cool. So the regular version is New 52 Helena Wayne, Earth 2 Huntress, and then the Chase variant is Helena Bertinelli's Earth 1 look, which is her, I think it was her 90s look.
Was this the one that's Bruce's daughter? Or
no, Helena Wayne is the main retail one is Helena Wayne. That's Bruce's daughter from Earth 2.
Okay.
This is Helena Bertinelli, daughter of Crime Family. This was her look before Jim Lee came in and redesigned her, which is the look she had in Birds of Prey.
And that's the thing. Yeah, the main one is like the Wayne version, but like the Crime Family one also wears that off at the same time, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's basically the same. Like I'm just getting a Huntress. I'm gonna get the regular one.
I always prefer Huntress as her own solo character, not connected to Bruce like that. Personally, I never liked the daughter.
I do like the Bertinelli storyline more. Right, Cass, what do you?
I didn't even know about the Wayne one.
Where did that came from? Was that
Helena Wayne Huntress was? Helena Wayne dates back to like the 70s.
I was say, is this like a original Batgirl, original Batwoman scenario here?
Yeah,
where they're a very different version of the character.
Yeah, because for a while, because the thing is, Helena Bertinelli didn't debut until the 90s, when they wanted to reintroduce Huntress.
She's the later character.
Yeah, she's the later character. Helena Wayne existed, but she was only on Earth 2, and she played a role in the original Crisis book, because her and Dick Grayson were a couple. Which, yes, that's weird. But anyways,
that's one thing I'm kind of glad.
So then, the movie post-Crisis, when Earth 2 no longer existed, they wanted to reintroduce Huntress, and they reintroduced her as Helena Bertinelli. And then New 52 was like,
that's the one I know.
Let's go bring back Helena Wayne as part of Earth 2, and it was like, okay. And now Helena Bertinelli's back. So everything's a flat circle, but. Falcon Stack said, wait, Todd figured out to do faceplates and still can't do pinless joints. My only guess is that he doesn't want to do pinless joints.
I don't, again, pinless joints, again, is not necessary, I always say. It makes the figure definitely more sturdier, but McFarlane pins are pretty sturdy.
Yeah, I think, I think as well,
I have a couple.
From what I understand, it is a lot easier to reuse parts when you have like the pins are on the outside as opposed to being inset. Like with the pinless
I'm not surprised.
Stuff.
Yeah,
it's easier to like reuse a forearm, so that may be part of it as well. Mm-hmm. All right, next up for McFarlane, finally an exclusive that doesn't matter. Frostbite Deathstroke. That's the kind of stuff we need to be doing, not like things that people actually want.
Yep.
Like the Question being a Chase figure, and
that's not exclusive. That's just Neil and Haystack.
Exactly. And then we got the Chase variant of the upcoming. Presumably Target exclusive animated Batman Beyond, the Platinum Edition Chase variant will be based on the original toy, include an unmasked Terry McGinnis head, which I believe the regular doesn't come with, plus 2 new weapons that are based on that original toy, and it will be in clear blue translucent plastic like the original figure was.
I do like the original, like those are like the swords back there, I see, or is that his wings?
Those are these guys' wings, and he comes with the 2 swords.
I like that. I don't like the Terry head exclusive version.
Yeah, so there's a side-by-side with the regular one. It's a cool variant, but being a Chase figure, you probably will never see it in your life.
Yep.
Which sucks, because I would buy it. I have that original toy. I have the nostalgia. Todd, let me give you money and let me buy your damn toys. If this thing was a normal release, I would just bought it. But now it's a Chase variant, I'm not going to bother.
Unless you run to the wild somehow.
Somehow, yeah, which the only Platinum variants I've seen in the wild are the grayscale ones that no one cares about. Which are the perfect Platinum variants. Yeah. All right, Bandai time.
I mean, this would have been perfect. It didn't include I mean, yeah, that would have been a good t-shirt. It didn't have the exclusive accessories.
Yep, that's the bummer. All right, Bandai Toys. It's only 2 things this week. The Majesty
For
Driver.
once.
Yeah, I know. There's not even any figure arts news unless you care about Japanese skaters. The Majesty Driver unit, which is for Twilight Majade, Majade's final form. That's only in 2 episodes because Bandai. I'm going to get to it. This is only in 2 episodes because for some reason she couldn't transform into Twilight Majade this week, and I'm just like, what? Anyways, we talked about this last week being announced, but now we have details. That was what we were talking about. All right, so details. February release, 6,820 yen, will include the driver unit, the Promise Ring with the 2 different bands, as well as Twilight the Sun and Twilight Unicorn as the 2 cards. Interestingly, comes with 2 sets of the cards. Not sure why. It's just a thing they doing. They did it with the Daybreak Gotchard driver.
Just in case you break them or lose them.
I guess so. Yeah, because they're not in booster series to have backups. I guess is the idea.
Yeah.
The thing is that in the series, Rene transforms into this form using both her rings. But according to the way this toy works, you only need to use the 1 ring, which is good because you don't have to have the Alchemist Driver unit to do this. But if you want accuracy, you do. Because from what I can tell, based on how this looks, you transform by tapping the ring twice. So it's like you could tap 1 ring, then the other, or just the same ring twice. So
are those the same ring clips as the wizard rings?
They are. I believe they're the exact same size.
Wow, they retract those molds.
Yeah. All right, and then to make sure Spanner doesn't feel left out like the bitch he is, Valvera Driver Kuragana unit, which got announced because his new form debuted. That will also release in February for 6,600 yen. This will include 2 copies of his cards as well. This is a retool of the Gotchard Igniter / Valvera Driver. This will have his new form and does all of this stuff, kind of standard if you've been collecting the line. And this does contain Metal Mach Wheel and Metal Dione and 2 copies of that. So that is the Bandai news. That was it.
Welcome back, Shadow Moon.
Yeah, basically. We have 4 news topics left, and then we'll update some Marvel tier lists and call it a day.
All right.
Yeah. Let's see. Hold on, I gotta edit my location on Target. Give me a moment.
Don't target me.
Somebody asked earlier why Mexico when we were looking at the Ninja Turtles thing. Someone was like, "Why Mexico?" Because I just wanted to switch to a different country, so that way I didn't accidentally dox myself.
Exactly.
Flee to Mexico. Flee to Mexico.
Yeah. That's what I end up doing with these sites because they love just going, "Here's your location. We found it in your browser," and I'm like, "Please stop. I don't like doing that." Because even if I go in incognito mode, it still picks it up. All right. Kyle says, "Curious if we're going to get an overflow of Gotchard toy news next week that being the finale and them announcing memorial items afterwards." Wait for my Wednesday video. I'll talk about what Wednesday's video has to be released this Wednesday because I can't wait for them to announce things. Otherwise, it makes the video irrelevant. Well, maybe not irrelevant, but anyways, ongoing thing. I guess I'll just say I'm talking about the Gotchard toy line on Wednesday because I'm really disappointed in it. So, anyways, you guys ready to talk about other toy news?
Yep. Well, what we got?
Okay. Jakks Pacific's Sonic the Hedgehog 3 line is starting to come out in stores because Paramount ain't ready to show a trailer because that movie only finished filming like 3 months ago.
I mean, he's in the stream chat, but they're fully out now. Here's a photo of someone. Here's a Walmart. Here's someone's Walmart with this big display.
Let me pull this up. Yeah, they're out. They're not even like kind of out. They're out.
They were kind of out before, which they got street dated.
Yeah, and Paramount. What stink is Paramount going to raise when the line contains Movie 2, Dr. Robotnik, Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Shadow? We already seen Shadow at the end of the last movie. You know, it's a thing. Mm-hmm. All right, so the line is not doing 4.5-inch figures; it's doing 5-inch figures. So the Sonic Prime sizes. There will be Sonic. Mm-hmm. There's a 4-pack that went up on Target. It's Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Shadow. currently, Wave 1 is Sonic, Tails, Shadow, and Dr. Eggman. They're more articulated, they're larger. I'm mad because I don't like switching scales on lines that are continuing, but that's just, I have to get over that. Of note, the versions of Sonic and Shadow in this 4-pack don't have as much torso articulation and stuff because they have lights in their heads that light up when you push buttons, which is kind of a neat thing. And currently speaking, there's Sonic, there's Shadow, there's Tails. Tails is an angry face. And currently, Knuckles is exclusive to this set. But these are pretty cool because they have butterfly shoulders and thigh swivels and articulating hands. And
they have, like, a lot, like, for $15, because it's the same price as the Prime figures. For $15, they're, like, my God, like Hasbro, you have some competition here.
Oh my God, they have ankle rockers.
Yeah, no, they have ankle pivots, full, like, ball joint heads.
They're fully articulated figures.
Yeah, it's insane. Like, when the reviews were coming out for these things, I was really impressed how really posable these things are.
Yeah.
For $15, especially, like, even the Mario movie stuff were $20, and they don't have as much as articulation. These are just 15. 15. Like, they don't come with any accessories. But I guess they sacrifice those for
I would say,
articulation.
like, let's just make them super articulated. The only problem I have with this is that they're very collector aimed with the articulation and the details, but we still have no easy way of actually buying them. Besides, I mean, this 4-pack's nice, but I don't want light up Sonic and Shadow. I want regular Sonic and Shadow.
I got it because I got it because I'm a completionist, so I have a problem. But also, like, Knuckles is exclusive in this pack, so, like, I was already gonna buy everything, so I got this. But, like, you know, like, even, like, it was crazy. Tails, Tails has fully posable tails. Like, how it works, it has a wide joint coming, like, that connects to his torso. And then at the ends of it is his two tails that are ball joint. Like, they have, like, swivel hinge joints. It's fully posable. It's insane.
Also, I just noticed Tails and Knuckles have the islands thing that they did in the Mario movie figures.
Yeah, no, all of them, except Eggman, because, you know,
because I'm not noticing it on Shadow and Sonic in this pack because of the light up feature. I think
the light up, yeah. But they have it. They honestly look better than the Mario. They don't really It's less of how the Mario figures did those creepy. Every angle you look, they stare at you and give you nightmares. Yeah. They just have, like, realistic eyes, like the glass eyes. They don't really follow you, which I like better. But
I figured out how to get me to buy Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles again.
No, honestly, like, well, also, I mean, the 5-inch Eggman actually scales a lot better with the 4-inch figures than these guys. So that's there's a reason to keep them. But yeah, no, like, even though I do wish they were the same scale as the 4-inch figures, I would kind of, since it's not, if it was the game line, I'll definitely fully that'll annoy me a lot. But since this is, like, the movie lines are always kind of
there's a limited number of figures they can make for these movies versus the games.
Yeah, so I don't mind them just kind of redoing for the movie stuff because essentially with the quality, I'll sacrifice. I'll take a better quality figure than, like, the same figure, but, like, because if this was the 4-inch line, it would just be another Sonic, Tails, Knuckles again with new accessories, and
kind of like the 2.5-inch pack. We'll look at it.
Yeah. So I rather take. Yeah, so I think it's better that
I just hope they're available. Like, it seems like, some Walmarts have gotten mass droves of them. I hope that's the case again because finding the Sonic Movie 2 figures was rough.
If it's anything like the Prime line, it should be pretty well stocked in most places. And the Mario movie line.
I just hope the Prime line doesn't block stores from ordering these.
I think
the Prime line shelf swarms badly here.
I think it won't because it's a movie. They need that movie. I think it's the classic old scenario where a movie takes place over a TV show. Look at Transformers.
Right, but that didn't happen with Sonic Movie 2 in my area. I found all those toys that one day, and I made that huge video, and then I never saw any movie toys, like, again. It was weird.
I guess
that was also like pandemic times.
Yeah, it was pandemic times. Also, I think because that was the first. I don't know. The movie 2 line was part of the same assortment as the main line. Maybe that's why. I'm not sure. But, like, if it's anything like the Mario movie or the Sonic Prime, it should be pretty alright stock wise. And also, if it's like the Prime line, these should hopefully be on Amazon because the Prime stuff is on Amazon.
Yeah.
Not the main line for some reason, but the Prime stuff is.
Once
so
again, I
that's the
say,
case.
please, Jax, make your own web store. My goodness.
Just be like Jazzwares and just make your own web store, please.
I would like to just buy your toys. Relying on Amazon, relying on Amazon, Walmart, and Target in my area of the country is not a good way to collect toys.
Same with me with Walmart and Target. I just remember I told you I see nothing.
Yeah, if you're in the high population areas, you can find them a lot easier. But,
the Simpsons line for Jax is also a bit tricky to find because at my Target, they don't have any of the 5-inch figures. They have the 2-inch figures, the Simpsons house set, and the Moe's phone. And I think at one Target I went to had the Krusty doll. But Walmart, on the other hand, had the 5-inch figure plus the Bartman that's supposed to be part of Wave 2. I don't know why he got shipped early.
Yeah.
So it's weird with Jax and their stuff.
And then the other thing that we got official pictures of is this 2.5-inch pack that is, boy, it does really feel like a repack of everything plus a shadow thrown in.
It's
Knuckles'
not a full repack.
Different.
No, Sonic and Knuckles' heads are different. Sonic has a more
their heads are different, yeah.
Sonic has a more fun looking head. Knuckles has a grit teeth face, and Shadow's new. And they come with a re-release Buzz Bomber from the movie 2 pack and the Eggman egg pod from the Eggman accessory face.
I would have rather had Tails instead of
Tails. Yes, nowhere in the 2-inch line. They're just the main assortment for the 2-inch line. Sonic, Knuckles, Shadow, and a re-release of Eggman. I would replace Eggman with Tails because that egg was you cannot scale that Eggman with anything.
Yeah.
And such. I mean, it's a nice way to get all three. If you want to get all three, but I just got them at Walmart easily because they're pretty well stocked at Walmart. These 2-inch figures. So I guess it's one of those you just want to get them all in one go or something like that. It's fine. Nothing exclusive. At least there's nothing exclusive from this set.
That's good. All right. Next up in the world of Revoltech Amazing Yamaguchi, Chun-Li from Street Fighter 6 has officially been solicited with pictures. And
wow,
man, they really have fun making those thighs.
Yeah.
Did you guys know you get a free Chun-Li with an order of thighs?
Yum. They really. She looks really nice. She looks really nice
for an Amazing Yamaguchi. She looks pretty good.
No, because I'm glad because I noticed because this is something with the My Hero figures. I noticed the girls look the most normal versus the guy in the male characters, which they always stylized extremely. But I mean, this figure looks insane. How they managed to do her leg articulation. Also, I think she has a wired dress piece by the looks of it.
She's got to have something because that thing is moving too much to be.
I'm not sure how I feel about
the kick there's Jury.
They just tease Jury at the same time. I'm not sure I feel about the kick effect. I think I liked how Jada did the kick effect better. I get
that's interesting.
Yeah, I like. She comes with a couple of different skirt pieces. Looks like she's got dynamic and then flat ones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and if you get her from the Kyoto store, you get this extra face.
They always love doing that. They always love doing it, which I never like personally.
I never like that. At least is not that big of a deal versus Yusei Fudo and his iconic glass of milk, his sign arm and stuff. I had to order it.
Yeah,
it was too much extra stuff. This is listed at 12,100 yen, releasing in May. In the world of fighting game expensive figures, Storm Collectibles has announced their King of Fighters 98 Ralph Jones.
Ralph Jones.
I put this in so Cows could talk about Ralph.
Yeah.
Storm is so frustrating because they make good stuff, but I can't afford it.
Exactly.
I
only buy their Dark Stalkers.
Techie did put it in the Discord for me.
Yeah. I love his fist punch effect. I
suppose he did Ralph first, and I suppose he did Ralph first. I don't think they did Leona yet. You think they'll do Leona first? I guess that's the point. They want to make sure they get the two characters that, they will sell, but they're not mispopular like Leona.
Yeah. Well, it with Rio. I hope it'd be cool if he came with a beer bottle. Because in '98, that's one of his intros where he takes a swig of beer. How he did his Argentine backbreaker to Rio. Oh, and the ground pound.
Yeah.
And his super there. Okay.
I love
the Galactica Phantom.
I love Storm Collectibles photos more than I love their figures.
Galactica Phantom. Okay.
I'm just waiting for him to get to this Nest Saga. I want K-Dash.
Oh, dude, yes.
Yeah, I mean, you know that Unhell figures got sell.
Oh yeah.
He releases for $90 in first quarter of 2025. I've noticed.
That's the thing with Storm, isn't it?
I have noticed though, ever since Storm switched from being distributed by Bluefin and Bandai and being distributed exclusively by Big Bad, the prices have gone down.
Really?
They used to be over 100. They're close to 100.
So
they're not over
I still
now.
they
used to be like 110 to 120 when it was Bluefin, but now that it's Big Bad taking over, I've been seeing them hit about 90 is the average now.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised that Soul Bad Guy is still available. I mean, if I keep reminding myself, oh, they go buy Soul Bad Guy. It's still in stock. Like, okay, I don't need to rush.
Yeah.
Every time I see him, I still need to pick him up. I'm still waiting for my next Guilty Gear release, Storm.
All right, guys, ready to do some Marvel tier list updates? Because that's all we got left.
This should be very quick.
This should be quick. All we're doing is adding Deadpool and Wolverine. All right, so we did these tier lists before.
Did we ever
Here's what we're doing.
Did we ever rank 90?
Did we? I think we put 97 on the Marvel animation list, didn't we?
No, I think that was before.
Crap.
Didn't we do that before?
Let me go look. I may have to maybe having to do one more. Marvel Animation 2. I thought we had. Oh no, it didn't save it. Oh no. We'll do that later. Because yeah, we didn't do it. But that's right, we did it after What If and before X-Men. We will update X-Men 97 onto the Marvel Animation tier list at a different point because I don't want to redo this right now. Look at it, it didn't save. So all of them are
oh no.
Yeah. Let's do these other two. All right. X-Men movies. Deadpool and Wolverine clears. It's top of S. That's my new favorite X-Men movie. We're not even talking spoilers for Deadpool and Wolverine, but just like no other X-Men movie even tried to be what Deadpool and Wolverine was. So.
Mm-hmm. I mean, actually, since I had a go when you did this, I could comment on the tier list me and my friends made because
you comment on the tier list. I'm gonna go fix the Marvel Animation tier list right now. Go for it.
So S tier for me would be Days of Future Past, Wolverine. I never saw Wolverine before when we watched it, and God, that film.
You mean the Wolverine?
Yeah, the Wolverine.
Okay,
I never seen that film before, and my God, that film is underrated. That film is
that movie's great.
So good.
That movie has aged so well.
Like God, I was not expecting how good the film is. Essentially, it kind of more helps because we watched Snake Eyes before that film. And Snake Eyes reeks white guy at Komodo the whole film, and going to Wolverine where it actually felt like Logan's in Japan. Like it didn't feel like all the Japanese characters actually spoke Japanese to each other with actual subtitles and everything. It actually felt natural.
Yeah.
And such as that. Then Logan, also an S, which someone make a good point where in the Wolverine, Yukiko did a production of Logan's death that pretty much mirrors his death in Logan. I'm like, God damn you bastard! She predicted. Then Deadpool 2, an S, and Deadpool Wolverine will be also an S for me.
Oh, you like Deadpool 2, huh?
I love Deadpool 2. I love Deadpool 2.
I don't hate it. I know that one. Some people are like iffy on. I don't know why.
The jokes are just funny. I love all the jokes in it. Also, it has hi Yukiko, hi Wade in it. It's so great.
Oh, you know what's fun? I can't find my Marvel Animation tier list.
In the stream,
yeah, I can't find the stream for it.
I can get it. I can go get it for you if you need it.
I just need the image more than anything.
I'll go get it. A tier will be as First Class. First Class was really fun. I like that a lot. There's some.
I found it. We're good.
Okay, good. First Class. I really love Charles and Magneto's story. I like Havoc. I love the X-Men they form. But and especially Kevin Bacon as Sebastian Shaw, which as a Sebastian Shaw adaptation, I'm not sure I feel bad, but as a villain, I don't know. It's just like he was so cartoonishly evil. All I can think of is that Indiana Jones game, the new Indiana Jones game with the evil Jones, like choo choo. All that stuff is great. Wasn't too big on how they did Beast and Mystique though, but I'll say that. Then A is Deadpool 1. B is X2, and that's more of because it's just a better quality film, but I'm still not too big on it. C is the first X-Men film. Then D will be X3, Apocalypse, Origins Wolverine, and Dark Phoenix, all four of them lumped together. Pox I used to like, but after rewatching that film, I just kind of on it. And then at the bottom is racist ass movie New Mutants. Why is that film so racist?
I'm glad I never saw that one.
I was so godsmacked. Like you have Ileana making so many racist comments to Danny Moonstar. What? I was like, what's going on?
I mean, when you talk about wasted casting, they wasted that perfect casting on being racist.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, and I'm looking at the actress name. She was great. Yeah, she was a perfect cast for Ileana Toy. She was perfect as Magic, but then her character was just so racist, and her backstory of being part of like some kind of like camp. Can't say because you might get demonetized. I'm like, what? And also the racist casting of White Sunspot and the villain
and White Cecilia Reyes.
Yeah, I was like, my God, like Sunspot, like it's still racist, but like I can go okay question mark.
Colorblind casting, right?
Yeah, but Cecilia Reyes, like, how did you see as at least you got someone Brazilian. Like I go like you look at Cecilia Reyes, it's like you didn't get close. And such. And also, like that film just means I don't like that tone of the film. Like I know they were trying to be like a horror film, but then they were told
they were like Breakfast Club meets horror, and that was just not. That's not the New Mutants vibe at all.
Yeah, because I know what story they're adapting. I get what they're trying to do, but it just did not work. And such. And I mean, essentially, the beginning scene where Danny was on that clock tower, and you know what she was gonna do. You know what? And I really found that very distasteful of how they handled that scene. Essentially,
I think that's the whole thing, right? Like that whole movie is just distasteful.
Yeah. Also, like the weirdness of them trying to tie in with Logan. Also, like
that's what that one isn't the movie's fault because that was what Fox was trying to do.
Yeah, because that film's like either during or after Logan or before Logan, and it was really confusing. It's funny because I was looking up the cast on IMDb, and I saw Daphne King there as Laura. I'm like, wait a minute, what are you talking about? That doesn't make sense. Why is she? Then we got to the Flash, the reused talk, but it's like, oh, that's why. Yeah, no, that movie's so bad. Like, I was so surprised how bad the film was.
That's crazy. By the way, chat, I haven't been looking at chat. How's chat doing?
I like this.
Yeah.
I was the Ace. I watched near mint condition stream ranking the Fox horror movies. He's had the Wolverine and trash tier. I love T below X Origins. Really? Okay.
You know what's funny is like I think if you look at that movie as an adaptation of Wolverine comics, no, it is awful.
Really? Because I thought it was really good.
It's not a good adaptation because it misses a lot of things, but as a movie, it's good. There's I always have to take this approach with a lot of adaptations. Is I'm like, am I ranking the quality of adaptation, or am I ranking the quality of the actual final product? And most times for me, the quality of the final product is what matters more than the quality of the adaptation.
I mean, for me, for X2, is I didn't like that film for both as a film and an adaptation of Godman's Killed.
Yeah. And the thing is and also with Near Mint Condition, when he's ranking stuff, he is the biggest Wolverine fan I've ever seen on the planet. So, of course, he's going to be hypercritical of Wolverine movies. So I don't blame him there. It's like how I roll up to the Ghost Rider movies, and I'm like, let's talk about these dumb things. But then I'm like, I watched them because it's Ghost Rider, but and the guy I need
to rewatch all the pre-MCU Marvel films still.
I want to rewatch the pre-MCU Marvel films, and then I want to do a tier list of them because I think it'd be fun. And
I mean that's
at the same time.
I mean, also, like, totally, I do find that Deadpool Wolverine is more accurate adaptation to the Old Man Logan story than Logan. You want to get technical?
But, as I always remind people, we never want accurate Old Man Logan. That comic sucks. It's terrible.
And yet Deadpool Wolverine made that work.
Yep. Because they changed it, just like Logan changed it. I have never read Old Man Logan in full, but I never want to. It is, I think the premise of it is deplorable.
What about Old Man Peter Quill?
Old Man Quill was fine. I actually liked Old Man Quill a lot.
Did he make you cry? Remember you told me?
Yeah, that one hit me. Like, I don't know why that one hit me so hard, but it did. Like, Old Man Quill was like, it was like, oh, I was like, this is actually like, it took the old man premise, but actually made it work. And it hit me in the feels. Hit me straight through the heart. And
Kevin Manor, how do you feel about the Wolverine mask usage without spoilers for anybody in the chat, just in case?
About the mask usage.
I think they did. I think they used the mask really great.
Speaking
in the film.
Crying, no, legitimately speaking, like I know that like we talk about online, like, oh yeah, Hugh Jackman in the costume made grown men cry, but like it legitimately hit me like when he put the mask on, because I'm like, oh my god, he finally.
Oh, we got a super chat. We got a super chat for Dude Boy Make Dope. Hi, Sam. You look pretty today. I love your voice. It makes me so bothered. I just want to kiss you all over. Thank you.
Thank you. I will take the compliment.
Yeah. No. I mean, what was your reaction to seeing the brown suit in live action?
So you guys know that I'm like a stupid idiot when it comes to the brown suit for Wolverine, right? Like, you put the brown suit in front of me, and like money leaves my wallet immediately. Yeah, no.
Yeah, well, we got to at least see a glimpse of it.
We saw it, and I was like, "Leave me here." I think I turned to my friend because I was watching. I turned to my friend, and I was like, "The rest of this movie could be the worst dog shit thing I've ever seen in my entire life, but they gave me this, and so none of it matters. This is the greatest movie ever made."
Yeah, exactly.
Were you the Leonardo DiCaprio meme of pointing to the screen?
Yeah. No, it wasn't even that. It was more like the Bernard Cribbins meme of him crying and drying his tears.
Yeah.
That was how I felt. I was like, oh, that is everything I ever wanted. And Marvel better give me a damn figure of it.
Oh, please.
Knowing Hot Toys as well, Hot Toys could get me. That could be my first Hot Toys.
Oh no, there goes money down the drain.
I love the yellow suit too. I actually think his yellow suit looks great. But that brown suit, oh.
Yeah, I got a question about that suit.
Yeah.
Do you prefer sleeves on or off?
With the yellow, I actually like the sleeves on. I like the sleeves off too.
People who were complaining about the sleeves, but I was like, those sleeves are fine.
Apparently, the reason he had the sleeves was because they were shooting most of the scenes of that costume outdoors. Like, at least the early part of it, they were shooting. They shot a lot of stuff outdoors, and Hugh Jackman has skin cancer history in his family, and I think he's had a touch of skin cancer or something like that. So apparently, that was a choice that he made. He wanted to make sure he was as covered as he could be when they were filming outdoors. And that's why, like, later on in the movie, he gets rid of the sleeves when they're filming everything indoors or on blue screen and stuff. So, yeah.
Kyle, Old Man Logan, I never want to be because the elephant in the room that is Hulk and She-Hulk.
Oh, boy.
I read Old Man Hawkeye, and that one wasn't as good as Old Man Quill, but it was still better than Old Man Logan. That one. That one was fine. I like that one. It was kind of fun.
I like
Kate's in it.
That's the thing. I like Old Man Logan, the character, especially when he jumped to 616 when Logan was dead for the during the. So I like his character. Just the original comic was not good.
That's God. Who was it? Mark Millar.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
I'm gonna look that up. Hold on, I'm gonna find out real quick.
I like how me and Ryan are like not surprised if it's him.
Let's see who wrote the original. Mark Millar, yeah. It was Mark Millar.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
The master of never had taste in his life.
The Kick-Ass movies are better than the comics, people.
Exactly. Legit. Legit.
Yep.
I'd rather watch the movies any day of the week.
Almost anything, any adaptation is better than the original Mark Millar version. LPH says, does DC have any old man story? It's not Batman. No, they really pretty much only do that with Batman. And yes, I agree. Infinite. We need a Batman with white eye lenses. The Batwoman show did it one time, and it looked so freaking cool.
I forget. Did Mark Millar did The Boys, or was that a different writer for The Boys?
No, that was
Who was that?
Was that Enos the Sound Out?
Garth Ennis, yeah, I think it was Garth Ennis.
Garth Ennis, yeah, that makes sense.
Who was also a guy with no taste. I read Garth Ennis's Ghostwriter this weekend, and I felt like I had to bleach my eyes when I was
that bad.
He always says something like, "Bruh."
You know what the worst part about it is Ghostwriter is barely even in it. It's like 2 miniseries, and Ghostwriter's barely a character in it.
Which host is this?
It was Johnny Blaze, but like it was when they were trying to relaunch Johnny Blaze. But I was like, this was nothing related to.
I mean, was it Garth Ennis? Was it Garth Ennis that did the Pope Night?
No, that was Chuck Austin.
No, Chuck. Okay.
God, early 2000s Marvels. Ugh.
Like, just go read. Go read the original Ultimates.
Yeah.
Oh boy, yeah, exactly.
Alex Ashbourne asks, "What's your progress with how to watch MCU?" Coming for Captain America: Brave New World. That'll
because no one's want to watch it for Agatha.
I mean, I'm excited for Agatha, but nobody's going to watch that show. I'm nobody, but nobody's going to watch that show, and so Captain America at least has buzz around it, so it'll help. Because the reason these guides sometimes do well is when people are talking about stuff, the algorithm will recommend things about that. And so because the guides take so much work to put together, I like to do them around releases. I lucked out with TMNT. TMNT, people are still talking about it a week later.
So what about Transformers? Do you have any plans for that?
Transformers will be coming out around the 20th of September for Transformers 1. And also in September will be the Metal Hero Guide. Maybe not with a specific date. It may just be there. You know, it may come out like early and be like, everyone's talking about Scheider, right? That's a tricky one to time, but I'm going to do that. And then, MCU will be next year because that's going to be a big one. It's like a big one. I don't know. There's some other guides I need to do. I don't know if DC ever gets their act together. Maybe I'll do a DC guide.
Superman Legacy.
Superman Legacy. That could be something.
I keep calling that because it's better. I'm going to keep
calling it Superman Legacy. I'm going to write Legacy on the damn Blu-ray case. Why'd they ever change the name? I don't know. Pokemon Guide. Okay, I'm not going to do a Pokemon Guide because I have not watched 90% of the Pokemon anime. I will, however, one day do a Pokemon home video history because it's fascinating how poorly that is handled.
You should do that when A to Z comes out.
Yeah, I'll be in the hype buzz then because A to Z gets me excited. All right, let's get back to our tier list rankings because we
still gotta.
Yeah. See you later, Mr. Tanuki.
You should take advantage of the Fortnite craze. You should do like a Doctor Doom history.
I know, but my last Doctor Doom video didn't do that well.
Yeah, but that came out before the Fortnite stuff, and that came out before all the Doom. Oh, that came out before. You should have waited. No way. You should have hold
on. Spindash says that HD Dragon. No way did Bandai drop a G Gundam kit for a third time during one of my live streams. You gotta be kidding me. This is the third time they've dropped a G Gundam kit during a stream.
I'll DM that to Santa so I can take a look at it.
I'm on Twitter already here.
Oh, the only thing the link. I found it.
Hold on. I think it.
Dragon Gundam.
In the stream chat.
Stream chat. Okay. Oh, here it is. I found it. Oh my God! It comes with the effects and everything. I hate that these are P Bandai, but they really. Sorry, Marvel people, we're doing this right now. Here's the Dragon Gundam.
Yeah, no.
Oh my God! Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Look at the effect, the butterfly effect.
The G Gundam kits are some of the best kits.
They come with action bases. They have effects. I don't even care that they're P Bandai because they're so damn good.
I mean the God Gundam.
Like for real, it's called an action-based HG. Like how that's not a common thing at all.
No, they really pack these things out. Oh, I'm excited. I'm still waiting for Bolt and Spiegel, but we're getting closer, and that looks amazing.
They should upgrade the Nobel Gundam.
They should. I'm new Nobel,
Was Rose
Master.
announced?
They did. Yeah, Rose came out already. I have Rose.
Yeah.
We got Rose and Maxter.
Was it good?
Yeah, they're both good. I haven't built them, but they're both good. They're in my backlog. Yeah, Kyle. Maxter and Rose both got announced while I was live. I swear they won't announce G Gundam unless I'm alive. It's just a thing.
Yeah.
Back to tier list.
I was about to say you should have saved the Doom. You should have saved the Doom video recently.
If I had known that Marvel was going to go all in on Doctor Doom, doing a comic event, a Fortnite event, Marvel Rivals making him the main villain, and he was going to be a big deal in the MCU, I would have waited to do the video. I just did it because I needed to fill space, and I was like, they're not doing anything with Doom. Let's do it now.
Release a short. Take advantage.
I'll figure something out. Okay, anyways, back on the tier list thing. Oh, that's right, MCU. I actually watched a couple shows since then. See you later, Zeltrex. Iron Fist. Iron Fist sucked.
Oh, is it as bad as people make out to me?
It's...
I remember...
Actually, it's worse than Inhumans because...
Oh, wow, really?
Inhumans is
They're made by the same guy.
Inhumans is short. Iron Fist is 13 episodes where, like, nothing happens.
Isn't Danny really poorly characterized?
Everything's poorly characterized. They spend half the show in a boardroom at a corporation.
Which sucks, because...
Yeah, that's what...
Iron Fist is one of my favorite characters in Marvel, period.
I get Danny's, also was a rich billionaire, also, but that isn't, like, a big part of his character most of the time.
The whole show is, like, it's Danny versus the Hand, except we spend all this time in a boardroom because they didn't have time to prep for fights.
Yeah, I heard about that. They didn't have time to train, right?
Because Finn Jones was coming off Game of Thrones, and they had to get the show done before Defenders.
Yeesh.
It was rough. It was so rough. Yeah, Falcon's Tech, yeah. Ward is the reason why it's not below Secret Invasion. I can't put it any higher than F. It's in with Inhumans. And yeah, it was the same showrunner for Inhumans and Iron Fist. That guy had a rough year. His career ended. He's done nothing since. Ace asked why Iron Man 3 is that low. It's because that is, like, the most forgettable movie, and I never want to watch it.
It really is.
That's the only reason.
It really is meh. Yeah.
I just don't enjoy it. Defenders, though. I like Defenders. I'll give Defenders an A.
Defenders of...
I mean, it has Sigourney Weaver as the main villain.
Just Defenders. A lot of stuff happens. Like, if you guys are watching, like, Marvel stuff and you're, like, trying to catch up for Daredevil Born Again, be sure to watch Defenders between Daredevil Season 2 and 3. A lot of major stuff happens in the show for Daredevil.
Mm-hmm.
Danny was good in Defenders, though. I liked him in Defenders. I liked the four characters, the way they played off of each other. I think my favorite hallway fight is the one from Episode 4. I think that's my favorite hallway fight in fiction now. It was amazing.
Unrelated, but also watch Defenders of the Earth.
Yes.
As Jamie Carr said, don't forget to like the stream, subscribe, share, hit the notification button, and join the Discord.
Yeah. Yeah, Kyle, damn it, it's really like the comics. We've got to read event tie-ins and understand what's going on in the main run. Yeah, luckily this is just like an 8-episode event, and but yeah, there's some, like, I was like, man, I'm glad I didn't skip this. Watching it made watching Iron Fist worth it, because I was like, I know everything that's going on, but also you don't have to watch Iron Fist to watch this. They give you all the information you need.
I mean, isn't Defenders just Daredevil season 2.3?
Practically. It wraps up the Hand stuff from both. It wraps up the Hand storyline from both Daredevil season 2 and Iron Fist in a neat little bow.
I forget. Did you watch Jessica Jones before your Doctor Who craze?
Yes, I did. I luckily saw David Tennant as an evil psychopath before I saw him as the Doctor.
Are you sure that isn't him?
I was about to say, maybe I should rephrase that too. I saw David Tennant as a crazy psychopath, and then I saw him as the Doctor.
Are you sure that isn't just him being the Time Lord Victorious?
Maybe. Anyways, I'm watching Punisher right now, Muteki. I'm not a big Punisher fan, as we've talked about, but
yeah, I am.
How are you feeling about it this year?
I'm totally hooked because John Barenthal's a great actor.
He is.
Is the series make you like the character a bit more?
No. But I like John Barenthal. John
Barenthal's
Barenthal's great.
As a fan of the character, I thought that show did great to show away.
Yeah, it's. I would say from the 2 episodes I've watched so far, because I haven't gotten super far in. 2 episodes I've watched so far. This is my favorite solo Punisher story I've ever seen. I mean, I need to watch more Punisher stuff, I'm sure, but I think it's great. It's just I don't know if it's going to turn me around on the character, but
talking about speaking of Garth Ennis, I think there's a lot. I think a lot of the problems with modern problems. I think a lot of the modern problems with Frank was because of his run scenario.
Yeah. I will say that out of all the slow-paced Netflix shows, it is the slowest. But I like what John Barenthal's doing as an actor, so I'm engaged. I'm gonna probably watch more later today. All right, Deadpool and Wolverine though. Let's see where we're putting Deadpool and Wolverine.
I was saying, where's the rate for Red? Is it S? Logan?
6, 7, 8, 9. We have top 10. If I put it in the top 10, it has to bump something.
What do you think? How many points does it get for having Brown Suit Logan in it?
A lot, honestly.
Okay, so yeah, Brown Suit Logan, Laura,
here's the thing. I have no reason to go see Deadpool and Wolverine in theaters again because my family saw it and my best friend saw it. I don't have anybody else to go with that hasn't seen it. But I've already made plans with me and my best friend to go see it again on Friday just because I'm having like the itch of like I need to see it again. So, like, that being said, like, usually when I'd see MCU movies multiple times in theaters because I go with different people, but I got my entire, like, normal watch group of people I go to the movies with to go see it on day 1. Or not day 1, on day 3. Whatever, I saw it on Sunday after it came out. But I saw it all at once, and I was like... but now I'm like, I'm going to go see it again because I like it so much. So it's got to be in the top 10 because... not many of these other movies could do that. Usually I just wait for the Blu-ray.
So you're saying is, you're gonna make a name for yourself then?
Yeah. Unfortunately, Luke Cage is getting bumped to A because that's just what I wanted to keep the S the top 10. Yeah. Luke Cage is still really good, but so the question is, do I put it above the Ghost Rider season? Do I put it between Loki and Guardians? Did I like it more than Guardians 3? I think that's where we're aiming.
How much do you love the brown suit?
I mean, I love the brown suit. I gotta look at the movie as a whole thing. Werewolf by Night ain't moving. By the way, at the Trek convention, I met Kirk Thatcher, who was in Werewolf by Night, and he was amazing. We talked about how much we both love Universal Monsters. It was great. I was like, you should go to my YouTube channel and watch this thing I did called Month of Monsters. He's like, you did Dracula makeup on a YouTube channel? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, oh, this is the coolest thing.
And a really bad wolf costume.
Yeah, he was like, I was like, the werewolf costume got really complicated, so I just went with the Spirit Halloween one. He's like, you know what? Sometimes you just got to make do to make the deadline. And I was like, yes, you get it. I loved meeting Kirk Thatcher. One of my favorite people I've ever met now. He was really impressed by what we pulled off on Month of Monsters and stuff. So I was like, that's cool. Anyways,
do you enjoy my animatics?
He did, yeah. I showed him some animatics. I showed him some of the monster makeup stuff, and he was like, I gotta go watch all this now.
That's great.
Yeah. Anyways, what was I talking about? Oh yeah. So Werewolf by Night, Ant-Man. I still really like the first Ant-Man a lot. I think also another reason Ant-Man's this high. That's a good thought, Mutek. I didn't think about doing that, but it's okay. Acolyte got canceled. Another news, Water's Wet. I liked Acolyte for most of its run, but
I mean, you have personal connection with Ant-Man because they got you into the character of Scott Lang.
It got me into the character of Scott Lang, and I was just thinking about this. It was the first MCU movie I showed my grandfather that he really liked, and it got him to watch other MCU movies.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah. He would have been 100 on Saturday, by the way. Shout out to my grandfather. He passed away 4 years ago. He would have been 100 on Saturday.
Wow.
Which is crazy. Black Panther. That is still an incredible movie. That transcends being a Marvel movie.
I think that film is underrated. I feel like that film gets so, it's like, I feel like when people, MCU Phase 4, am I right? But that film is just sadly, just like always forgotten, like lump into the rest of
it's
that
so
stuff.
Good. It's so good. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 4 is like... a Marvel show
it has
hasn't been as good.
it has Robbie Reyes.
It has Robbie Reyes, but even then, it's so solid. You know, it's such a solid storytelling. Hawkeye, I still really love Hawkeye. I really like Loki season 2. I'm kind of split if Loki is actually above Hawkeye. But then again, Hawkeye reminded me that I actually do like the character. And it's got Kate Bishop in it. Then Guardians 3 is really getting good. I kind of want to put Guardians over Loki. I rewatched Guardians 3 recently. It's just... I almost want to swap Guardians 2 with Luke Cage just to keep this more interesting. So I don't think Deadpool and Wolverine can top the top 4, but I think it could be a comfortable 5.
It could change easily.
This could change easily, but I think it's a comfortable top. I think it's a comfortable 5th place. Because it's just Werewolf by Night, Ant-Man, Black Panther. Those all like transcend Marvel stuff for me, you know. But also like Ant-Man, I think it's just a great heist movie. And I love heist movies.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing's ever topping Werewolf by Night at this rate because that's just a love letter to Universal Monsters, and you guys know how much I love the Universal Monsters. Does this feel about right? I think this feels about right. I think Deadpool and Wolverine at 5 feels about right because I really love that movie. And the reason I like Deadpool and Wolverine so much is because it's not just a joke fest. It actually does have a lot of heart and emotion.
I had a lot of heart emotion, and I think essentially, you know, some people just call it nostalgia bait, but I think compared to other films, Flash, they actually use the cameos like
there's a chunk of I guess avoiding the spoiler thing. There's characters I don't consider cameos. I consider them just unannounced surprise characters.
Surprises, yeah.
They're part of the plot. They're not just cameos. Yeah, I think we're good with that. I think it's going to lock it for now. We'll leave it at that for now. Cool. All right, Marvel Animation. We need to rank What If Season 2 and X-Men 97.
Because it wasn't. Yeah, we
did it before we did it before What If Season 2. I forgot. All right, let's see. What If Season 2? I'm gonna move this one up to B. I don't think it didn't.
I think it's a good place for it.
It's good, but it's not amazing. So I think B's fine.
That Christmas episode's weird.
So weird. I still love like the Kahori episode was great. I liked the Nebula and noir thriller. I think B. X-Men 97 though is an S tier. That's without a doubt. Like X-Men 97. I have problems with it in some ways, but I have problems with all these other shows in the same ways. But as a show, X-Men 97, season 1. This could change with future seasons, hopefully not. But X-Men 97 season 1 is so well crafted. Because of multiple people involved, not just one guy that likes to take credit for everything. I think X-Men 97... Let's go with the best stuff about X-Men 97. It didn't use Wolverine very much.
It made people realize Cyclops is a good character.
It started Cyclops as a good character. It kicked off Year of Gambit. It used Jean Grey without just having her faint constantly. Jubilee got character development. Rogue had an incredible arc. Storm got focus and forefront into how amazingly majestic her powers are.
I think essentially someone who watched all 92 and then watched 97. I mean, I was watching 92 with friends, and then because he had not seen 92 yet, then we watched 97. Storm was missing half the time in 92.
Yeah, and also she's missing half the time in 97 as well. But to be fair, when she is on screen, she's amazing. I think that's the thing with Storm is that she's also she's I don't want to say she's sidelined because she's a very important part of the show, but she's not in like half the show. But when she's there, she does amazing stuff.
I mean, Magneto. I think this has some of my favorite Magneto stuff.
The show made me love Magneto again. That's a character I have not been. Like, I don't know, Magneto was like fine or whatever, but like I found Michael Fassbender's Magneto compelling, but like now I'm like, oh, is Magneto one of my favorite characters? Some of the problems still, like Bishop is not in it much, which is weird considering how much they set
Yes, I know, so weird. He just disappeared and also comes back to the end.
Yeah,
I love Forge. I love the arc for Forge. I do understand.
I think the biggest thing that keeps it an S though is they made Nightcrawler a main character.
Oh yes, I do agree with him. I wish Roberto had more development time.
I also wish Roberto was like black, but we'll get out. That's I had to open that door again.
I mean, I
guess I could say it because like now there's not Bo DeMeo stands that'll get after me on this.
I thought he was, unless cause at least that's.
Here's the issue with Sunspot in this show. The big thing with Sunspot as a character is he went through racial discrimination before he was a mutant. It's a big thing of Roberto's character in the comics. And the thing is that Roberto is Brazilian, but he's specifically Afro-Brazilian. He is a black Brazilian character. And in the animation, he is still black, but he is played by a white Brazilian actor. And when Bo DeMeo was asked about this on Twitter, his response is, I don't see Sunspot being black as part of his character and being that important.
That's like, what?
Which is, I think that was the first red flag for me with Bo DeMeo, to be honest. That and saying he hated Emma Frost, those are the first two red flags.
I read that, I'm like, how can you say that's a black creator? Like, what?
I know. Like, it's and there's been discussions within the black community about Bo DeMeo and a lot of things that I personally can't speak to, being this skin color. But Kyle says, never trust an Emma Frost hater. Yeah, I know. Like, he hated her so much. But the thing is that...
Thank you, Fortnite, for bringing her back.
Thank you, Fortnite, for bringing her back and getting me to play the game. So the thing is, I think that, for me, looking at X-Men 97, like, Bo DeMeo's like, oh, he was like the creative force on episode 5. He said that was like the thing that why his pitch got picked was because of the Genosha episode. And I think that was great, but I think the rest of the show has some things that could be improved upon without him at the lead.
I know, like, Cap. Yeah. I think Cap is another character. I think they could. I don't think is as bad as people make it out to be, but he was weirdly written. I will agree.
Yeah, Cap is a little weird. I think that's what it is that, like, the show only had 10 episodes, and I think it'll improve over time but it is incredible. Like, the voice acting is so good. Especially how a lot of these
actors haven't acted in years. They came back like strong,
and they came back better than they were in the original too.
Ray Chase is now my de facto voice for Scott now. Like, I love his voice as Scott.
I think that the voice acting was just top notch. The writing was really solid, and the animation was incredible. And so I think
essentially, when I first saw the trailer, I was mixed on the animation, and then here's the final product. Like, wow, this looks great.
It looked incredible. It sounded incredible. You can just get absorbed into it. And I've watched this show twice in full, by the way. So I'm coming at this with, like, I watched it a couple times. I watched the Storm episode like 5 times though, because, like, Storm. But anyways, I can't disqualify it from an S tier because every one of those shows in the S tier has the same number of things I would complain about. And so because of that, it doesn't diminish X-Men 97. But I do think that there is some things to improve on with the show that I think could make it even stronger. Alex brings up a good question here. What do you mean about black voice actor voicing a male Japanese character like Shredder, for example? That happens has happened a few times. It's something that I think, much like how white actors would play black characters, or black characters would play white characters, and with voice acting, colorblind casting is very common in voice acting. And in a lot of cases, I think a lot of people are looking at it as it's not a bad thing. But some actors have said, like, I know there was one character in Bleach. He's a dark-skinned character. And
Chad. He was voiced by James Price, a white actor, and he said he didn't feel comfortable voicing Chad because Chad is Hispanic.
Right.
He's Hispanic Japanese, half Japanese, half Hispanic. So he felt right playing the character. So they got an actual Hispanic actor to play him in Thousand-Year Blood War.
And it's the same thing with Allison Court not wanting to play Jubilee in X-Men 97 and wanting a younger, Asian actress to play Jubilee for 97, which is what they got. And that's where people were like, okay, so you took the effort for Jubilee, but like you couldn't find a black Brazilian actor to play Sunspot. It's kind of like the discussion about Doctor Doom, like, you know, oh, they couldn't find a Romanian actor. It's not that they couldn't find a Roma actor to play Doctor Doom. They could. They're just doing something else with Doctor Doom with this whole, like, you know, Robert Downey Jr. angle. I still hope we get a Roma Doctor Doom at some point.
My view on casting is what this is. If the nationality is very core to the character, I think you really should get that nationality. Yeah. Because like a good example is like a recent animes like Solo Leveling or Undead Lucky. Those shows have international characters, and thus they get like, oh, there's a character that speaks Chinese. Let's get a Chinese actor to play that. Especially when the character does speak Chinese occasionally in lines, it's better to have actual Chinese actors say those lines and such like that. That's it. When the character isn't super strict about their nationality, then you can play loose about it.
Yeah.
Like I think like 87 Shredder. 87 Shredder. I think that Shredder was not like. I think that 87 Shredder didn't really matter if he was Japanese because they didn't write him to be from Japan. He was just cartoon villain. And again, I think Kevin Michael Richardson did a fantastic job as 2012 Shredder, but I think in my 2012 Shredder Japanese heritage isn't as important as if you're adapting like say the IDW comics for example.
Right.
But like it still would have been better if they did have it, which I'm glad they got Hoon Lee to play Shredder in Rise also, for example, stuff like that. It just really comes down to how important is it to the character and such like that. And Doctor Doom being Romani is important, especially you read
his origin. His full origin and everything that happens with his mother is very integral to the character. Ace, Invisible Iron Man's an F tier because I didn't like the movie and I couldn't remember it. I just remember the only thing I remember from that movie was not liking it. But I think that it's something with voice acting that there has been a lot more discussion because voice actors of color have been talking about how they haven't been able to get parts. And so when a white actor takes a character of color, it does sort of limit, because voice actors of color don't get cast as white roles that often either. They only get cast as characters of color. And so you sort of end up in that cycle of
typecast.
There's always white actors white actors can get hired for any role, but then people of color only tend to get cast into their roles. So then when a white actor takes a role that a person of color could play, then that means there's less roles for those people of color to be able to play. That's kind of where the source of the discussion comes in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
This all became a much more interesting discussion than just let's update a tier list.
Yeah. Speaking of I was thinking about this when talking about the whole Sunspot Void of Mail thing about that is I remember seeing a review of Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League game, and it rubbed me the wrong way because they're talking about DC, how they didn't like DC, and they're talking about Static, and they were talking about the Static Season 1, the new Static comic, and they were complaining. And it made me realize, it's so weird because they're a black creator, so it made me go, wait, what? They were complaining that they hated the new SAG because the way how SAG got how Bang Babies were made in the new continuity is their equivalent of the Black Lives Matter movement, and they say that's not it. They said that isn't SAG. I'm sorry. I'm
as
sorry.
Far as I remember, Static's original origin was based on the '90s gang fights. That were very prominent.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but if you're gonna update Static's origin to the modern day, it's gonna be based off the Black Lives Matter movement.
Yeah. Because I remember when Static Season 1 came out, there was a lot of people going, "Oh, why'd they make Static's origin political?" And I'm like,
it's always been political.
I'm like, have you ever read the original Milestone comics? They're the most political comics I've ever read.
That's the whole point of Milestone. And the thing, I can't even say, because they watched the cartoon had it. Not as much, because it was still, aimed for kids. But it still had
But it still had
core
the gang
DNA in
war.
there.
It still had a lot of the social commentary in it. Yeah.
Yeah. No, the gang war isn't just gang war. It's a commentary on gang violence.
And the reason they updated it was because the origin is actually more complex than just it's a Black Lives Matter rally. It is a gang fight breaks out at a Black Lives Matter protest, which then causes the police to turn violent to then shoot the gas, which then creates the bang babies.
Yeah, it reminds me of like yeah, it reminds me how like I saw some really stupid people on Twitter complaining about in some of the stuff in the Final Battle and the My Hero Academia manga. There's in that world there's animal people, and in that world they're discriminated because they don't look like humans. And one of the villains in the show is a animal person, and the Final Battle had them lead a rally of animal people to attack and kill a hospital, and one of the heroes that's also a not animal person, but still like a not normal looking human was fighting back and telling them like I support your cause, but this isn't the way. And some people were saying that Horikoshi Tamanaka is racist or something like that because they're thinking they're telling him no, like they're telling Horikoshi doesn't support these rallies. Like no, he supports these rallies. He doesn't support extreme rallies that end up killing people. Example.
By the way, like speaking of comics getting political, One Piece is surprisingly political. With its storylines involving the Fishmen. The Fishmen, and also I do love how much like Oda has characters like Ivankov and the island full of happy trans people. Like there's a lot of great stuff in One Piece that is surprising considering how mainstream One Piece is, and also considering it's a Japanese manga.
When people say they don't want their media to be political, I don't think they really understand what they're talking, because they think when I think some people think political, they think government. I'm the government. They think paperwork, like blah blah
the
blah.
way Watchmen is political, where it's the politics is the story, right? Whereas every story is a reflection of somebody's experience in life. That's the way stories are made, right? Right, Kaz? You and your webcomic, that's all stuff that comes up. You know, it's reflections of your reality, right?
Yeah. I mean, shoot. Have you seen my webcomic? But well, nobody has. But
I mean, I have.
It actually is about. It is actually about like race and class and all that. Funny enough.
Yeah. And that's the thing is, I think every writer and every creator, and every storyteller pulls from their personal experience.
And I pull exactly because it's literally inspired by my dad's life as a gang member growing up.
Yeah.
Before he turned his life around.
Jeremy Carson, the can't believe stuff that comes out of people's mouths, and it happens to be X-Men fans. When there were quote-unquote X-Men fans agreeing with the Executioner, I was like, do you even realize what you're saying right now?
Or how about Coke? Yes, people agree with Neo Britannia. You realize Neo Britannia are Nazis, right?
Yeah.
Have you seen the newest episode, Rose? What do you think of it?
You mean, look, it is connected to other Code Geass things.
I was like, do you like seeing all those cameos?
The cameos were fun, and then I was like, oh, F91 flashbacks for meat grinding people again.
I was saying, what's up with Norland and his weird meat grinding devices?
Yeah. Alex, I'm not going to talk about the Yamato thing because I have no personal context, so I'm just not going to get into the conversation.
It's really stupid. I'll say when you get to the character, it's really stupid how transphobic people are.
I will approach that when I get to it, and I will, do my research and look at things. I mean, but I need to see the story itself before I get,
I mean, it's like how I'll forever always call people if they keep calling Bridget a boy from Guilty Gear.
I know, because like the thing is, I think with Bridget's a good example of how a character's identity can sort of evolve with better understanding of things as the creators understand better. Especially with the way that like Bridget was written in Shrive, and especially beyond that, Bridget's song lyrics. Does anyone listen to Bridget's song lyrics?
Yeah, I know, and some people don't realize that.
I think the thing with Bridget is that the original storyline still is there and still existed, but I think from and this is just me not like knowing 100% of a thing too, is that Bridget had this storyline of like being forced to. Well, isn't it Bridget is supposed to like forced to be a girl?
Forced to be a girl because boys were seen as bad luck. So Bridget was trying to show that being a boy isn't bad luck.
Right,
that was the original. That was the old games, anyways.
And then in Strive, like her story became that she actually did like being a girl, and that was her true identity, and that's kind of what her song's about too. Like the whole song lyrics are about how she. There's like a metaphor of like vegetables you don't like, and how
I wonder
you
what
like
the
them
village
eventually.
is gonna do.
Yeah, the town inside.
It's called the town inside me. Yeah, and so it's like her going through like, you know, is this my identity, or is this just something I'm doing for my village, kind of thing, right? And I think that was something that, I think like Strive very clearly defined the character, where it was a little bit more nebulous in the previous games.
Especially, it didn't help that that was when Bridget was in the older games. That was before stories modes in fighting games were becoming more relevant. That was all very much side material stuff.
So I think that's where Bridget's an interesting case, is like kind of like, I think also the creative team behind Guilty Gear understands trans characters better now than they did originally. And so I think they've adjusted the storyline and the character to that, and I think that's good. Things should improve over time. But I can understand though, like when a massive change comes to a character, there's always friction, and that between fandom and characters. And
it's just too bad that friction the other half is just awful people.
It's the thing is I'm always you always got to look for, where is the criticism coming from, right? Is the problem, if someone has a problem with the Bridget's new story, is it because they have a problem with the story, or they have a problem with Bridget being trans now, right? Like,
and sadly, 90% of the time, it's because she's trans.
Yeah, it's kind of like Morph in X-Men '97. Like, people got up in arms when they said Morph was non-binary, and then watching the show, it's like, yeah, it's still the same character, guys.
Yeah.
It's every shapeshifter character in fiction is technically non-binary, okay? They just have a default form. Right, Kaus? I mean, think about it. Like, shapeshifters,
well,
right?
Yeah,
Kaus?
if you're a shapeshifter, then you have no set. No.
I mean, Seth from Street Fighter is a pretty good example of that also.
Yeah. And, Mystique, even though Mystique usually defaults to female forms, she can become male forms as well. Yeah, shapeshifters are very interesting characters to write for. So, that being said, we said we weren't going to do a 3-hour stream, and here we are, 15 minutes from 3 hours.
Yeah, I mean, that's at least it's actually like good conversations.
Yeah, I thought these were some good discussions, because I think it's always, I think, a good thing to engage with media on deeper levels than just what you see is what you get. And that's fun too, but like, it also is fun, I think, to delve into stuff and like, let's talk about like, the layers of things, right?
It's like how it's just like how people say, oh, the reason why Deadpool Wolverine is like good because it's not woke. I'm like, do you know Deadpool the character? He is the most fruitiest.
When people said that, I was like, did you watch the same movie I did? Because I saw Deadpool trying to bang Wolverine that entire movie.
I love people calling the car scene the sex scene.
I mean, Kaus, what do you think about the car scene? Is it a metaphor for sex, or was it actually?
Well, remember what Deadpool said, that he was wrong about the Honda Odyssey because of what now?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I don't work for McDonald's. I can't answer McDonald's questions, Buteki.
You can ask him on the MMA stream.
You could. Speaking of, I think we should wrap up the mainstream and go do our AMA.
So what is your video plan for people who stick out this long? What is your video plans this week?
Death's Head's up next tomorrow. Wednesday we'll be talking about the Gotchard toy line and why I'm massively disappointed in it.
It's those missing Kimmings, isn't it?
Oh, you know it. Thursday short will be decided upon by members in the members only AMA. If you want to come join. And Friday's video, it's between a couple different things at the moment, but it might be Blu-ray related. It might be fun. So, yeah. And on that note, you guys should plug your stuff.
Follow me on Dark Horse Tree on YouTube and Twitter. I do art commissions like the one you see this very channel. You want any? Feel free to DM me on the air Twitter or Sound Discord protocol. Kels, what about you?
Well, I'm not streaming tomorrow because I have a doctor's appointment. But
yes, yeah. When people come to your stream, it's just a clip of cows falling down the building like geese.
But
so,
go follow you and turn on notifications so you know when Cows goes live.
Which is Tuesdays usually and Fridays at 4 p.m.
Yeah, you'll be live Fridays at the very least, right?
Friday, yeah, for Fate Grand Order.
Yeah.
And social media is the same name to Fighter Cows, where I also do art and stuff.
And visit our awesome website, hero-club.com.
Yeah.
We're
Hero Club for life on Twitter.
Our members' wheels is at PMC right now, so stay tuned for all the Power Morphicon stuff. Plan for that.
Hero-club.com. Ace, if you go on the channel, you go to the tab for live streams. It was back in December. You should be able to find it. It's on the thumbnail. But on that note, I think that's it. I think we should we'll be back. Members, you'll get an alert about this, but in about I'd say like 8:05 Eastern, we'll come back for the member stream. So come hang out and join that, and join as a member in the meantime if you want to come join that. But until then, we'll see you guys next week.